Get nasty on a Tuesday. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh and Carey Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter. No Jamie Rivers this week. Jamie's on vacation. He'll be back with us sometime next week. 2:03, your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Boys, Cardinal spring training continues to roll on in Jupiter, Florida. And one of the things that we're going to be asking not only you, but you, the listener, but also discussing ourselves is what the most important storyline this season is for the Cardinals. So if you want to leave us a mic drop, we'll be taking mic drops throughout the course of the show. So feel free to leave one of our Scott Lee Heating Company mic drops via the 101 app powered by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Hey, real quick, do want to wish a very happy birthday to my son Killian, who turns 8 today. Woo! So happy birthday, buddy.
Is he feeling better?
No. Well, he's feeling a little bit better. Yeah, he's dealing with he's dealing with the flu right now. So he's at home with Kristen, playing some video games.
Oh, that makes you feel better.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
If you were feeling bad, a little video game, little chicken, little soup, no school. You know what?
Life could be worse. Life could be worse.
Much worse.
So Kristen got one of those small Nintendos, you know, the like old Nintendo. Like they sell them now. They're like minis.
Oh, it's not like a Nintendo DS or
it's a Nintendo
Game Boy.
No, it is.
Actually, you hook it up to the TV.
Yes, you got it's the actual controller. Okay. And it's just a smaller version of Nintendo, but you got like 60 some odd games. Yeah.
My man's living the dream.
So
What's his favorite game?
So I taught Killian how to play Tecmo Bowl, the original Tecmo Bowl. So
he learned the cheat code with Bo Jackson yet?
No, well, I taught him about Bo, but Killian's been rolling. I'm like, hey, just play with certain teams until you get a feel. So he picked the 49ers.
That ain't bad now.
Yeah, so he's rolling with Joe Montana and Jerry Rice and Roger Craig. Yeah, so happy birthday, Killian. He turns 8 today. Yeah. Dealing with the flu, but yeah, he's feeling good. Kristen, by the way, easily one of the best Super Mario. And
Oh, really?
She plays Super Mario and Mario 3.
Yeah.
Easily one of the best Mario players I've ever seen.
Get to it.
Unbelievable.
Are you guys going to see the new Super Mario Galaxy movie that will be coming out here soon?
Well, now that you just told Killian that, yeah, probably. Yeah.
Well,
now I got to see it.
Have you seen the Mario movie?
Yeah, with who is it? Oh, is it Pratt? Chris Pratt?
Chris Pratt. Yeah, so we've seen that one. This is the sequel.
Okay. Yeah. So. Then yes, of course. We'd love to see it. Absolutely. Of course. Yeah. So happy birthday, Killian. All right. What is the most important storyline this season for the Cardinals? Again, leave us a mic drop on that. What's it for you guys? Carey, what's it for you? What's the most important?
Playing time, man. It is sink or swim time for the young Redbirds. Some of these guys, we've talked about it for a number of years. You need to know where they are, but in order to know where they are, they have to play. And you have to play consistently. You have to play consecutive games, righty, lefty on the mound, doesn't matter. You got to play each day in order to really get an understanding of whether or not you can play. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's sink or swim for, some of these younger players. And specifically Jordan Walker, Nolan Gorman. Those two guys really getting everyday at-bats is critical for the progression of their careers and for the progression of knowing where this team is going forward. Mm-hmm. What do they need to do? Where do they need to look? Who do they need to develop if those two guys specifically aren't ready or aren't able? And I think that's where you are right now. And also, he's still a young player. Ivan Herrera behind the plate. What is he? Who is he? Can he do it? You got a plethora of catchers both on the current roster right now and in the minors that are ready and eventually going to be ready and willing to take that spot. But if you're going to play Ivan Herrera every day behind the plate or, 140 games behind the plate, can he do it? So, sink or swim time for me, for some of these younger players.
Marsh, how about you?
For me, it's establish a rotation. And maybe I'm wrong here. I feel like we have put a lot of our attention towards the positional players and wondering what their development looks like this season. And maybe we're sort of overlooking the rotation itself. I think the rotation is just as important as the positional players, finding out what you have in Jordan Walker and what you have in Ivan Herrera and what you have out of Nolan Gorman. And maybe people already know what they have, but who knows, right? But for me, it's the rotation. What is this rotation going to look like this season and beyond? Can you figure out who will be a part of that in 2026 moving forward. That is ultimately the storyline for me. And I'm sure there's going to be a ton of different arms that have the opportunity to pitch this season and start. I think you have to figure out which guys are your guys moving forward. I think that's super important because, and we talk about it all the time, like you have nothing unless you know, if you don't have pitching, you have nothing.
Right.
So I think that for me is the biggest storyline for this season.
Yeah, I'm with you, Marsh. That's mine as well. It's building. You're trying to build a starting rotation, and in order to build a starting rotation, you need to figure out what pieces can ultimately get you there, and which pieces are either going to be bullpen options or they're just not going to be around.
Yeah.
So how do you slowly build that starting rotation, knowing that guys like Liam Doyle you hope to have in the rotation in the very near future, some of your other pieces that might be in the minor leagues right now, whether it's a Quinn Matthews or, you know, name your favorite young starting pitcher that's a prospect right now in the minors. But Matthew Liberatore, he seemingly has one spot, but it was only 1 year. Now, I like the progress that's being made, and I think it's more linear than we all thought. They acquire him from the Rays, and we think, okay, well, because Randy Arozarena had such a breakout performance in the playoffs and then the following year for the Rays, we've been waiting for Matthew Liberatore to mature quickly, but he's only 26 years old. So what is he coming off of last year, CD?
You know who else we haven't talked about? It seems like we've kind of just skipped past him over the last, I know it's happened kind of weird, quickly. Tink Hintz. Like, we don't even talk about him anymore.
Yeah, apparently they now view him more as a bullpen option. He can't hold up. The big thing was the smaller size, the smaller stature.
Yeah.
If he can't hold up and he's only got 2 pitches, he's likely to be a bullpen piece, not a starter.
A closer?
Maybe. He's got a live arm.
We don't talk about him anymore. It's kind of like, you know,
yeah,
not even thought about.
His progress kind of stalled out.
Well, there's so many arms now, right? Like, there's so many guys to talk about.
That's a great thing.
It is a great thing.
Man.
Like, who knows? As long as, like, 2 or 3, like, really hit, like, I feel good about it.
Yeah. Kyle Leahy, too.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he does.
Kyle Leahy likely to be probably the 5th starter for the Cardinals. I think Michael McGreevy in a full season. You know, there was a lot of potential that he showed last year. What is he? Is he part of the is he one of those building blocks for the starting rotation?
I think what they've done with the pitching and Marshy, you mentioned it, the number of players and pitchers that they have now is they've created a level of competition. Like, if you're not, like, I think over the last couple of years, it was almost like, what else you going to do?
Right.
You got to throw this guy out there every 5th day because where else you going to go? Either the guys that were in the minors weren't ready yet, they weren't poised to come up, or you had no one on the current roster that you felt comfortable enough to replace what you currently had. So I think right now what you've created, and this is the most important thing for a coach, is competition. Like, if you're not doing your job well enough, well, you know, someone right behind you is ready and willing to take over these opportunities. So when you have that competition, it brings the best out, and you get the best player, in my opinion, to play that position.
Yeah, you know, you bring up a really good point, CD. Over the last couple of years, you didn't have people that were going to bump out somebody in the rotation. Like last year, Andre Palante stayed in that rotation much longer than he should have. Why? You didn't have the pieces to bump him out. You didn't have somebody in the minors that was ready to go to push him out. Miles Michaelis has been inconsistent for several years now. Now, I know you're paying him, and I know they're going to keep him around because of the payment, but if you had a clear, better option in the minors, somebody that was knocking on the door, was forcing you to be in the starting rotation, perhaps the Cardinals eat the contract last year with Miles Michaelis. Maybe not. He's a veteran.
Yeah, I think Eric Fetty, they were okay with, you know, moving on from him.
Yeah.
Because they just saw enough of it.
Yeah, he kind of did the opposite of what we just talked about.
Didn't compete.
Like, you want somebody to force their hand, not somebody that forces you to make a decision.
He threw a complete game, Anthony.
That one time he certainly did.
Forget about that. That was a hell of a day he had.
Yeah.
against Washington.
Yep.
We did get a text from the 314. First of all, I think one of the biggest, if not the biggest storyline of the year is Mo is finally gone. Thank God. And secondly, please let this be the final experiment year with Walker and Gorman. It's painful. Two things. I mean, this is the first year where Mo is not a part of the organization.
Yeah.
So I am interested to see how things unfold. And then the second part of this, is this texter wanting those two to fail?
Probably.
No, well, I think they want either blank or get off the pot.
Okay.
That's how I read it.
Gotcha.
Either become a full-time starter.
Yeah.
We know exactly what you are. And I brought up this point yesterday. I think we already know what Nolan Gorman is. It's just how much do you want to play him? You know, you're going to play him for 120 games. You're going to play him for 100 games. You're going to play him for 80 games. You're probably going to get the same player no matter what. Can he handle third base? That's the question. We know what he is offensively. Can he handle third base consistently? When he first played third last year, it was rough.
Man.
I thought he got better toward the end of the year, but his improvement there has got to be leaps and bounds. But I get to read that this texter's like, enough with the experimenting.
Right.
Either you know what these guys are or not. That was my read on that. All right, if you want to leave us a mic drop, you can. Scott Lee Heating Company mic drop via the Dobbs Star and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Tell us, what is the most important storyline to you for the Cardinals this upcoming season? We'll play your mic drops throughout the course of the show. And don't forget, all week, the morning after, broadcasting live from Jupiter, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m., daily from Cardinal Spring Training in Jupiter, Florida. TMA live from spring training all this week. It's brought to you by Healthcare Evolution. And if you can't catch them live, get caught up on all the interviews they've done throughout the week, posted now at 101ESPN.com. We'll stick baseball. We'll talk about MLB PA Tony Clark's resignation amid a federal investigation and what that means potentially for the players' union in what is likely to be a labor dispute. We'll get into that next on 101 ESPN. Not that I don't enjoy following basketball throughout the entire season, but once the Super Bowl is over with and the basketball tournaments start, I love college basketball. In fact, now is a great time. And if you are interested in heading to the Enterprise Center March 5th through the 8th, you could check out one of the best traditions here in St. Louis. It's Arch Madness. State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Championship in the tournament. Arch Madness, St. Louis tradition, March 5th through the 8th at the Enterprise Center. They're celebrating the 50th year for the Missouri Valley Conference, the last 36 years right here in St. Louis. I love the fact that the Missouri Valley Conference has embraced our city for its conference tournament, and the tournament is always great. And if you get, obviously, if whoever wins winds up punching their ticket into the NCAA tournament. I love going to the Arch Madness tournament. If you want to bring the family as well, Family Fun Pack presented by 101 ESPN gets you 4 tickets, 4 sodas, and 4 popcorns for $105. Coupons available at archmadness.com. Whether you take part of the Family Fun Pack presented by 101 ESPN, or you just head to the games either with you or a friend, State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Championship, Arch Madness, fantastic time. Again, March 5th through the 8th at the Enterprise Center. Get your tickets now at archmadness.com.
I think this year is just a year of fun and playing baseball for these guys. It's a year of not having to worry about wins, losses. I mean, everyone will, but just to go out there and know that failure is okay. I mean, for me, I think they should treat it like, a high school or like college season of just like, all right, we're just doing this for a little bit to get to the next step. So let's learn the best that we can, fail as much as we can, because the best way to learn is through failure, in my opinion. And then just, make the changes, bloom, be the caterpillar, make your cocoon, become the effing butterfly, bro. All right, love you guys.
Well done, Ed. It's Bacon Wrap Wiener in the snake pit. Ed, good stuff. I like what he said there about learning through failures. He's absolutely right. I don't care if you're a professional or you're in Little League. You learn through failures. We all do. We're human beings. You learn through mistakes. You learn through, hey, don't like the way this feels. Don't want this to ever happen again. Let me learn through the mistake. Or if you're a repeat offender and you are playing professional sports, you ain't going to be around much long. Yeah, that's right. So I love the mic drop from Ed. Good stuff there. And hey, we love you too, buddy. Dobbs Star and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app is where you can leave us a Scott Lee Heating Company mic drop. What is the most important storyline this season for the Cardinals? We'll be doing that throughout the course of the show. Interesting news out of Major League Baseball today as the longtime MLB PA executive Tony Clark has resigned amid allegations that, there's a whole bunch of allegations, but he's leaving the union after, I believe, 19 years? He's been with the MLBPA, but they're investigating allegations. Prosecutors are investigating allegations of obstruction, according to sources briefed on the investigation who spoke with the ESPN. Former NFLPA lawyer alleged that Clark and Lloyd Howell, the former NFLPA executive director who later resigned, mounted a, quote, a pressure campaign to shut down a thorough review of a proposed bonus plan that would have paid millions to one-team executive board members. The allegation was made by Heather McPhee, a top veteran NFLPA lawyer who was fired after filing a wrongful termination lawsuit against the union. McPhee is expected to testify before a federal grand jury in Brooklyn. So Tony Clark's got a lot more on his plate right now than worrying about what's to come. But in Major League Baseball, as we know, there's a potential lockout next season as the current deal between the MLB owners and, of course, the MLBPA is expiring. Do you think this has any impact, CD, on what could be a labor dispute?
I mean, it can't help if he's the person that has been overseeing and helping the the MLBPA for a number of years, as you said, almost 20 years, the ins and outs, the inner workings of how their union handles its business, he has direct information on. And so when the top person in that area is no longer there, I definitely think it can impact. Now, I'm sure you'll have people that can step up in this place and kind of know the inner workings of what's going on as well. But I do think it does. I think there's going to be a lockout whether Tony Clark was there or not. Mm-hmm. Like if he's the executive director of MLBPA, regardless if he's there or if he's not, I think that the owners are going to. It's not going to be any baseball in 2027. And it's important to differentiate between a strike and a lockout and a work stoppage. I don't know what you would characterize this as. It seems to me more like a lockout than a strike, because a strike is the players are saying we're not going to play.
Right. I think this would be a lockout.
A lockout is the MLB saying, hey, and the owner saying, hey, you're not going to play unless you come to these terms. So I think there's going to be no baseball regardless in 27. How this impacts that, I have no clue. But if he's mentioned, I don't know if you remember how all the things fell out with Lloyd Howell and how he was spending money and strip clubs and spending money using.
He was allocating funds to improper benefits.
Yeah.
We'll say.
So if you're intertwined with Lloyd Howell in anything, you probably want to get that cleared up before you have to worry about what the MLBPA. This is his own life. It seems that he's trying to deal with and manage right now, as opposed to what's going on with the players' union. So I think regardless of if he's there or not, I don't think there'll be baseball in 27 because I don't think the owners want them there to be baseball.
Wow. Yeah. Well, again, this is one of my biggest points about baseball. They continue to not give a damn about the fans.
Well, they don't. They don't care about themselves and their industry, in my opinion. Because as an owner, I get it. Like, you want a salary cap. You want it because you don't want to spend X number of dollars to try to keep up with the Joneses. I get that. But you have a union that has pretty much told you, man, go fast lane yourself. Mm-hmm. We've seen what the other 4 major sports look like in terms of salary caps, and we ain't doing it.
Right.
We've talked to hockey players and NFL players and basketball players. We've talked to people in those unions, and I'm sure those other unions are telling, hey, man, don't ever have a salary cap. Why would you? Mm. It's a free market. You can get as much as you earn. Who in the world wouldn't want that? You can complain about, sports athletes make too much money. There's not a place in this world where if you're that damn good at your job, you want somebody to put a cap on it. You don't. So why should baseball? It's entertainment. You have hundreds of thousands of people paying every year, millions of people going to stadiums to watch these players play. Why would I want you to put a cap on my capability of what I can make? Mm-hmm. I don't.
Especially when, and this is the player's argument, and it has been the entire time, especially when there's owners in Major League Baseball who just collect the luxury tax revenue, and that's it. They don't put a good product on the fields. So they're the true criminals in all of this. They're just pocketing whatever they can, right? And say, you know what, we'll continue to just cash in on TV deals and whatever, teams go over the luxury tax. My thing is, though, and I'll continue to fight for this, is that at some point the bottom has to fall out. And maybe it is in 2027.
Maybe.
Carey, you and I were real young, so we didn't understand the magnitude of the 94 strike.
Yep.
But we certainly, looking back on it now, know how that played out.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until, and people like to say this tongue in cheek, but there's a lot of truth to it. It wasn't until steroids and the home run chase brought the game back, brought the fans back.
Right.
Fans were okay with not going back after the 94 strike. What do you think this is going to do in 2027 when there's a lot more entertainment that's available? We, of course, everybody now who's living, that's an adult or a young adult, lived through the COVID period where there was no sports for a time. We had to just, scale back on technology and cut back on a lot. And we all realized, well, we were probably maxed out on entertainment. We can get by with a lot less. Mm-hmm. So I think that this one would hurt big time. So that's fine if players want to think that way and owners want to think the way they do. But at what point does the bottom fall out and fans say, you know what, I'm out?
Well, there is no baseball without the baseball players. Like, I understand.
Might not be baseball without the fans.
But there's no baseball without the players. Like, there's no reason to have fans if you don't have any players. If you don't have Shohei doing what he does, if you don't have Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge, if those players don't exist, if they're not doing anything, there is no baseball. So for me, the owners have a false sense of an ideology that they're more important than the actual game. You're not more important than the actual people that do something that 1% of the world can actually do.
Sure.
Like those men that play baseball, I don't know how many men have played baseball in the history of baseball, but it's a whole lot less than people that have been on this earth. So the fact that the owners feel as though, well, we're going to get – no. This game is always and will always be surrounded by the players, the men that play this game, the athletes that play the game. If you don't have those – you tried to have – we've seen, scabs in the NFL, players that came on and that were not to that –
Had a whole documentary on it.
Saw it. We watch – we've talked over and over about the UFL. Why isn't it succeeding to the level? Because those players, not all of them, are capable of doing what the players in the NFL. Now, you do have pockets. There's an exception to every rule. There are people in the UFL that have the ability to play in the NFL and maybe didn't get the chance, maybe got the short end of the stick. But as a whole,
Jamie,
they all can't play in the NFL. So when you're looking at baseball and you're talking about the actual players, not everyone can do what those guys do.
Yeah.
Those are the elite of the elite. They're the best of the best. So if there is no baseball, owners can hold out and they have more money, but they have no game without the players. So you have to make a decision there and decide what's more important.
It's bad.
Yeah, it is.
This upcoming lockout, 2027 is real bad. I don't know how anybody can argue against it. unless they come to the table and they can make some concessions and they can come to an agreement. But I don't know what the compromise is on either side. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. The NFL heads to its offseason. NFL's biggest questions this offseason. Next on 101 ESPN.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals had their first full squad workout today in Jupiter, Florida, and we are taking your mic drops as it pertains to your St. Louis Cardinals. What is the most important storyline this season for the Cardinals? Leave us a mic drop. You can text us to the Air Comfort Service text line as well, 314-399-9646. Once again, we are taking your Scott Lee Heating Company mic drops as well as your Air Comfort Service text at the Air Comfort Service text line. We're going to dive into the NFL coming up with the NFL offseason's biggest questions. That's next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Most important storyline, 100%. Do not lose 100 games. Hasn't been done since World War I, and we don't need to match that now. Go ahead, get your 63 wins, and we'll be happy.
All right, that was Andrew leaving us a Scott Lee Heating Company mic drop on the Cardinals' biggest storylines. So we're doing that throughout the course of the show today. So Andrew's kind of saying, hey, just don't completely embarrass us. If you're going to have a losing season, I get it. You're in a rebuild. Just don't completely embarrass us. Don't get to that 100 loss mark.
I mean,
I think it's fair. I think it's a small ask.
it's fair. Yeah, man. It's fair.
I don't think they'll lose.
Don't be the Chicago White Sox.
Don't be the White Sox. Don't be the Rockies from a couple years ago. Don't be a total embarrassment.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, fair.
I don't think they will be.
I don't think so either. Oh boy, are we being naive?
100 games?
Yeah,
That's
you know
a
how
lot.
hard it is to lose 100 games.
Apparently not that hard.
You got to
I
be
think it's hard.
real bad. The Cardinals aren't that bad.
I mean, even when the White Sox lost that many games, the Cardinals, well, they beat the Cardinals.
Anything can happen in baseball, though.
Yeah. All right. NFL's biggest questions heading into the offseason. So the Cowboys are projected to be $29 million over the cap. Adam Schefter is reporting, though, that they'll likely use their franchise tag on George Pickens. I know what George Pickens brings to the offense for the Cowboys. I get it. And for the most part, there was toward the end there was a couple of moments, but not as bad as they were in Pittsburgh where he completely gave up on the team. I know what he means to the offense. He was pretty much, he was fairly well behaved last year for Dallas. But they do have CD Lamb. They do have their tight end Ferguson. You can acquire wide receivers. They also have the young local product here, Ryan Flanoy, who looked pretty good there when CD Lamb was out. Mm-hmm. How smart is it to hand George Pickens slapping with a franchise tag when you're already nearly $30 million over the cap?
I think it makes the most sense because you don't want to. You don't want him to walk. Right, you can't let him walk and be a free agent and go get paid on the open market. And two, you can't pay him a contract. I don't think with a number of years on it just yet. I think this is probably the best. But now it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you $28 million around there for a franchise tag for a wide receiver. But $28 million is better than $100 million, mm-hmm. $60 million, $70 million. Guaranteed, whatever that number is going to be. So I think it's probably the best way that they can go about it. It's, okay, we're going to give you one more year to kind of prove and settle into this situation in Dallas and prove that you are an elite receiver and you do deserve to be paid as such. And also, hell, you're getting $28 million. What? I understand the anger from players when it comes to the franchise tag, but I also look at it like, man, you're getting a guaranteed contract for 1 year at the top 10, top 5, 10% of players at your position.
Right.
I mean,
there are worse things.
There are worse things in the world
if you play well, you hit the open market again.
And you're going to get paid again. But I do understand it because football is such a volatile sport. Like, at any point, we watch Tyreek Hill tear his knee up, legs facing the other way, and who knows? Now, he'll get another job this year, but you could have that happen, and then your market decreases considerably going into that following year where you will become a free agent because the team that you got hurt from ain't probably going to sign you to nothing. So I get it, but if I'm Dallas, I'm probably not in the need to pay George Pickens a long-term deal when I need to kind of see, where he's going to be after this season.
We've talked about this before, but this team in the Dallas Cowboys, the way that they're set up offensively, it reminds me of the Bengals, where you have a really good offense with so-so defense, and ultimately you're not going to win. Do you think the Dallas Cowboys are going to compete for a Super Bowl this year?
No.
I don't either. Now, I think they can make some noise. Don't get me wrong. Like, their offense is good with CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Dak Prescott. I think a lot of people have their opinions on Dak Prescott and whether or not they think he's actually a good quarterback. I personally think he's a really good quarterback. What about if the correct route is to add more to your defense, would you consider tagging George Pickens and then trading him? A tag and trade.
Yeah, because then at least you're getting something.
Yes.
And you can work out, he could work out a deal with the other team, provided that he's good with it. And then you're getting something in return. I don't know how the timeline meshes, and you have to figure out which team is willing to sign him. But yeah, I think that would make a lot of sense, certainly. You're going to be sacked if you do that, and I get your point, CD. If you do that, though, you will become the Cincinnati Bengals of the NFC.
Man.
Yeah.
There's no question. I think you nailed it, Marsh, with what you said there in the comparison. It's an apt comparison. You will put up a lot of points. You will give up a lot of points. And at the end of it, you might be 8-9 or 9-8.
And you might make the playoffs. You might not.
So I just don't think that this is a smart way to build a team.
So you should let him walk? You should let a player who is a 1B.
That's why Marsh said franchise tag him and then
tag and trade.
Work out a deal.
And he's not going to be on your roster. Like that's my for me, having him on your roster is more valuable than what am I getting in return? I don't like trading really, really good players. I'm not a fan of it. I don't think it makes your team better. I don't think it makes.
What are you going to do on defense, though? That's the question.
You better draft and develop, my man. Cardinals philosophy.
Don't you think though that his value right now has never been higher for where he has been in his career?
Yes.
Like, think about what Pittsburgh got in return for trading him.
Right. 3rd round pick.
Like, and I think he's way better than what he was in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Well, they were willing to walk away from it because of really his attitude, which goes back to your point. Just sign him for the way. If you want to franchise him, fine. See if he's willing to play on that franchise deal. And you only got him for a year, and you don't have to commit to him. But then you're right back in the same spot you are a year from now, CD.
You're gonna make another decision next year. You cross that bridge when you come to it. You know what I mean? How
are you that much over the cap too?
Because you paid your quarterback $60 million. He's the highest paid player in football. That's why. And you gave CeeDee Lamb a bunch of money. And you wouldn't pay Micah, so you traded him away because you couldn't afford it.
Right.
But now you're
still over.
You're still over. And now you got to pay this guy.
Good luck with that.
And if you're a true Super Bowl contender, no brainer. You keep the guy and you try and win this year.
Right.
And then you figure it out next year.
Right.
But they're not in that situation right now.
No, I agree. All right, I'll skip over some of the signings or potential signings because I know we got another segment coming up on that a little bit later on, the top free agent signings, where they could land. But I want to ask you guys this. I was looking at when I saw the $29 million to the Dallas was over, that was eye-popping, right? Better than $55 million over. Do you know what team is $55 million over the cap for next season? The Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, what are they going to do?
The Chiefs are $55 million over the cap. If you're looking at it, yes, they've got some issues, obviously, with the Mahomes injury, when he's going to come back and all that. But we talk about this could be a nice transition year for Kansas City. Maybe a bit of a reset for them. Not at 55 million over.
You can restructure deals and you can cut that.
So that's what the Saints have always done. They've always kicked the can down the road. Eventually that catches up with you. But you can. But I think the Chiefs might be in bigger trouble than at least I thought. I figure, Patrick Mahomes' injury, but once he comes back, you're good.
Nah.
Not necessarily.
You've paid a lot of money to Chris Jones getting paid a lot of money. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes getting paid a lot of money.
I think they're going to have to make some really tough decisions on players that have been stalwarts for them for a long time.
Let's take a look. I mean, you're not getting rid of Patrick Mahomes, and he's only making $45 million a year. I say only.
I think they
Dak
should.
is making. Get rid of who?
Mahomes.
Come on, man. So he can go where, Anthony? Do tell. I'm intrigued by this. I want to know.
Say Atlanta.
I want to hear him say it, though. I want to hear him say it.
It just makes sense to move on from Mahomes now.
And send him where?
Probably Atlanta.
Oh, my God. Anthony.
Anthony, I got a team that needs a quarterback, too, so
You're going to get
better
one.
watch your mouth.
You're going to get an older guy.
We'll get Derek
Not
Carr.
happening.
Familiar with him.
No, we'll get Derek Carr.
You'll get a Falcon,
He'll
all
come
right.
out of retirement.
Not that Falcon.
I don't know where you're going to save $57 million at. Who Jawan Taylor's making 27. So
I think you could start there with a
might
little
start there.
false start McGee.
Like
Yeah.
if you're starting, and I'm not a proponent of firing anybody.
And I get
It ain't my money.
the Jeremiah Love connection with the Chiefs and all that. I think you move on from Taylor if you can. I don't know what the cap hit is, so I don't want to speak out of turn here. But move on from Taylor and get yourself a offensive tackle at number 10 or wherever they're drafting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, they're gonna have to make some big time decisions.
Anthony, that's not a sexy move. They need a running back. A first-round running back at that.
You know who did well by getting a first-round running back and pairing him with one of the worst offensive lines in football?
The Raiders.
That's correct. Yeah. So if you want the Raiders model, go for it. All right, Marshall's got what's trending for you next on 101 ESPN.
sports in the sports world.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
Here's what's trending.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, I have my SLU Billikens quarter zip on.
Yeah, you do.
Right now, and I want to talk some SLU basketball. Jay Billis has the Billis Index, the best 68 men's basketball teams in 2025-2026. So let's go down this list and find out where the SLU Billikens rank on his list. And we know that SLU is currently ranked number 18 in the nation. They are 24-1, and Jay Billis has them as the 25th best team in the nation. He writes, as is the case with the next team on this list, winning does matter, and St. Louis has won 18 straight. The Billikens have the potential to be a legitimate threat in March with the fourth best scoring offense at 90.8 points per game and second best three-point shooting offense, 40.9% nationally. And not only are they talented, but they're deep. 5 players are averaging double-digit points, led by Robbie Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Avila, who followed Josh Schertz from Indiana State in 2024-2025. They have all the ingredients to claim their first Atlantic 10 tournament crown since 2019. My question for you, gentlemen, is what would prevent SLU from having a deep run in the tournament?
Probably the thing that we've talked about the most, in that they can only be challenged by the teams on their schedule. Mm-hmm. And while the teams on their schedule, there's a couple that certainly are formidable foes in their conference. You're not facing those big dogs. You know, Michigan is playing Purdue tonight. Next week they may take on, and I don't know the Michigan schedule off the top of my head, but next week they may take on Illinois. Like, they may face.
They do, I believe.
Okay, you go.
We play Illinois. I mean, Illinois plays them. I think second to last game of the year.
Okay, so Michigan's the number 1 team ranked in the nation. Tonight, again, they've got Purdue. They even faced Duke on the 21st, which was what this weekend? Probably Saturday, maybe?
Yep.
Yes.
They face Illinois next week. They've got Michigan State, 15th in the nation right now, final game of the year. They've already played Michigan State once. They played number 5 Nebraska once. They played number 24 USC. You get my point. I mean, the teams that are in bigger conferences that have more top 25 teams, you're getting that on a nightly, not nightly, but you're getting that on a near weekly basis. Mm-hmm. SLU plays who's on their schedule, and they continue to rough up the teams that are on their schedule. They're doing exactly what they should be doing. This is not a knock at all. But if you ask, okay, what could be the one thing that trips them up? They have not faced top 25 opponents all year like some of these other teams have.
Yeah, I wonder also, and Swan texted this in, they have to get the right draw, too. Imagine if you're taking on a team early in the tournament that just shuts down teams that shoot from 3. Mm-hmm. They do a good job at that. Maybe that hinders SLU's offense a little bit.
Very true. Yeah. We had the Duke Syracuse game on last night, and they were talking about the broadcast was talking about Boozer and how he tends to struggle against opponents that have length.
Yeah.
Well, you only know that if you face opponents like that.
Yeah.
And then you can make maybe the counter adjustments or know that somebody else has got to feed your offense that night. If you're facing the same quality of opponent, 3-4 times a week, you may not know what really what ultimately is your weakness. Nick Saban always believed that you learn more from losses than you do from wins. Mm-hmm. And Carey, as a former coach, I'm sure you're always a coach, but you're always coaching.
I'd rather win and figure out that. But,
no doubt.
Yeah, you do learn a lot about yourself when you lose.
But when somebody puts it on you, you're like, okay,
yep. We struggle in this area.
I thought we were better than we were.
Yeah.
We're still okay, but we've got these things to correct. I don't know if SLU's doing that effectively just because they haven't had the opportunity.
If SLU was bounced in, little teaser here, we're going to play fill in the blank today. Mm-hmm. If SLU was bounced in round blank, it would be disappointing.
Round 1.
Agreed.
If they're bouncing round 1 based on how they have played, assuming they get a seed that will match up against a much lower seed in the first round that would be incredibly disappointing if they were to lose round one. The expectations have shifted for SLU, which is great.
Yeah.
You come into the year, you're flying under the radar. Then you get into the top 25, so the expectation becomes what? You stay in the top 25. Well, they've done exactly that. And they go into their conference tournament in a couple of weeks. The expectation is to do what? Win that thing. Then, of course, get out of the first round. Beyond that, depends on the matchup.
Okay.
But I would say as of right now, first round. A couple of weeks, maybe I'll say no, man. I think getting to the Sweet 16 is a possibility, and the expectations are higher. But right now, don't lose in the first.
Well, yeah, that was sort of the angle that I was going with that question is, do you believe that this team should be a Sweet 16 type of team as a mid-major?
If we're just looking at SLU and forget the conferences, forget the opponents, forget the strength of schedule and all that. If we're just looking at SLU and saying, do they have the components? Do they have the traits to be a Sweet 16 team? 100%, yes. The way they defend,
I think, again,
their scoring
it depends
balance
on the matchup, though. Like, it depends on where you're seated and who that second round matchup is against. Like, are you where? I mean, I think you said it last week. Somewhere between 7 and 10 for SLU in the seedings. Is that what you
then
believe?
I got yelled at.
Yeah, I think it's going to be around
6.
6.
We'll say 6.
Got to be at least 6 for you not to get yelled at.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, I think it depends on the matchup.
But I'm the same person that says, hey, your favorite team is going to win this week.
Yeah.
Well,
people forget that.
They do forget that.
Think about all the
Anthony.
people that have been disappointed after you said that, and then their team lost.
Well, they should have won. They got jobbed.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yep.
It was not the team. It was something else. It was
some outside factor that was out of their control.
Yeah.
They're still the best team.
And ever, Bob?
Bad bounce.
Bad bounce is.
I don't know. I would be intrigued to see. Again, I don't want people to get mad at me like they got mad at you and start fussing and cussing.
Sure.
Because people do take their SLU Billikens with seriousness, and they're not playing around about that team. But I just think like a matchup. We were watching where you and Jamie picked Michigan State the other night.
Yeah.
To beat Wisconsin, and Wisconsin beat the hell out of them like a drum.
There was nothing left to Sparty.
Nothing. And I think Michigan State is a hell of a team. Wisconsin is not a team that makes the tournament. Is going to be they're going to be in that 6 to 10 range as well. Like, it depends on the matchup. Is all I'm saying. Like
Sure.
that second round matchup, depending on who it's against, it could be a tough. Now, SLU scores with the best of them. They don't have any issues there. But I think a good matchup, as Marshy said, would bode well for them to make it to the Sweet 16.
Yeah, I agree. You don't have to yell at us, but I agree.
I'm sorry.
All right, which Cardinal is the most to prove?
Guess you feel that way.
Thank you. Which Cardinal is the most to prove in spring training? Which Cardinal is the most to prove overall this season? And which ones are just simply they need the opportunity, and it's got nothing necessarily to do with proving anything? We'll answer those questions next on 101 ESPN. Well, the NBA gets going again with the second half, and when it comes to playing your hunches on certain NBA teams and players, Underdog is the best place to make entries throughout the course of the second half of the season, of course, the playoffs as well. You can make your entries and win money all season long at Underdog, and playing on Underdog is easy. Choose whether or not certain players will go higher or lower on their stats. That's it. So if you've been telling your buddies constantly, you get in the text threads with your friends like, I knew so-and-so was going to have a big game tonight, or I knew LeBron James was going to get shut down. Well, put your money where your mouth is. Just choose whether or not those players go higher or lower in their stats. Build your entries. And if you get those entries right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. If you're new to Underdog, you never played before, use my promo code at sign up. When you get signed up, you download the app today. When you get signed up, they'll ask you for a promo code. Type in my first name, Anthony, and then you're going to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Again, don't forget that promo code, Anthony, at sign up with Underdog. Make plays, win money. Must be 18 or older and present Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms. _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit www.inspeakgambling.org.
I'll tell you where Gorman needs to play. He needs to play left out. He's a liability defensively, and he's a strikeout artist. I'm sorry, I know he has power supposedly, but we've never really seen much of it, and I just don't think he belongs on the team.
You heard the woman.
Come on, man. He's working hard, man.
Beat it, Nolan Gorman.
Nah.
Man,
Says Janet.
Ruthless.
Yeah. That was her top storyline. Or she just left us a mic drop. Yeah, either way, we love hearing from Janet.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So strikeout artist and supposedly some power.
Supposedly.
She ain't having it.
She ain't seen enough of it.
No.
She wants more.
Mm-hmm.
Don't we all?
Yep. I don't blame her. If you want to leave us a mic drop, just like Janet did, you can do so via the Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. That's the Scott Lee Heating Company mic drop. We've asked at the start of the show today, what is the most important storyline this season for the Cardinals? So what is your most important storyline? Leave us a mic drop. Hey, we have your shot to score a pair of tickets to see Zach Bryan on Saturday, March 7th at the Dome at America Center. You can find all the ticket details and a bonus chance to win free tickets to Zach Bryan right now at 101ESPN.com or on your 101 mobile app powered by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Here's your trivia question. Zach Bryan appeared in a television show back in 2022. He appeared as himself. Which television show did Zach Bryan appear in 2022? He was only one episode of this show, and he appeared as himself. Which television role? All right, there's your trivia question. If you know it, want to take a stab at it, text in 314-399-9646, the correct answer. That's the Air Comfort Service text line. If you're the 101st texter with the correct answer, CD, you will win those tickets.
I'll stay out of this one. I have no clue.
You took a stab yesterday.
I was wrong.
Yeah, you were.
Way wrong.
Yep. All right.
This text line is hilarious. Get him, Janet. Yes, Janet. Amen, Janet. Janet for president. I totally agree, Janet.
Janet's the best. Which Cardinal is the most to prove? Let's start off with the spring training. We got to break this down. If you were to say one Cardinal is the most to prove in spring training, who would that Cardinal be?
Avon Herrera.
In spring training, okay.
Yeah. Can you throw people out, man?
No. Oh, not me. No, Herrera. Yeah,
Can you
sense.
throw people out?
No.
Okay.
You know that.
I don't know. That's why I asked.
So I'll move to second base.
Can you throw people out, Avon? Are you able to play catcher every day? That would, I don't know how it would alleviate some issues. I mean, I don't know who's the DH at that point. But if you want him to catch and you signed him as a catcher, well, damn it. The last catcher we had, Anthony, he did everything but catch. You know, he was on the ground when the bus was rolling back over him. Mm-hmm. They try to throw him out in left field. And no, the hell you doing? We pay him to play catch. And they say, okay, you're going to play first base. Just kidding. You're going to play first base now because that's easy. Tell him, Wash.
Yeah, it's incredibly hard.
No, okay.
Actually, but Wills Contreras made it look. Yeah, he did. I was
job.
wrong. I'll continue to admit that I was wrong because I was on that one. But Herrera's a good one. Here's mine. Andre Palante.
Oh, Anthony, you stole mine.
Andre Palante in spring training.
You need to know. You need to see more?
Come on, man. You did a real nice job a couple of seasons ago. You stepped up. When he was his first season, when Ollie was using him all over the place from a reliever standpoint, come in key situations, come in kind of the fireman role. Maybe later in the season, he was also coming in high leverage situations. Andre Palante was very good. First year as a starter, he was solid. But since that point, things have gotten real ugly. So you're kind of out of time. You either stick in the rotation, or we've got a bunch of young guys. They're going to be knocking down the door soon.
They say bleeper, get off the pot. Is what some people call that.
Andre Palante is my player in spring training that has the most to prove.
All right, so Anthony, you took mine.
You're welcome.
Great minds think alike. So I'm actually going to just sort of pose a question now as regards to these players in spring training. How many players can we actually pinpoint as a player that needs to prove a lot when it seems like a lot of these positions are already set in stone?
Not much. Not much. You can go around the diamond right now. Mason Wynn? No. He's solidified. Gorman, I guess, from a defensive standpoint.
Yeah, you're over. So
I would
what
say
I'm reading from you about Nolan Gorman is it's not that you're over it, but you in your mind you know who he is.
Absolutely.
Like you don't need to see more. Mm. You don't want to see more. Like he's not Kyle Schwarber, but he's not I don't know
Chris Davis,
Taylor Motter.
Yeah, no, I like the Taylor Motter one.
Well, actually, he actually might be Chris Davis.
He might be. Yeah.
You know he's neither end of those spectrums. He's
if you're expecting more, that's a you problem. Not you Carey, but you in general.
I'm sorry that I expect more.
No, Carey, not you. I mean, maybe you if you do expect more, but he needs to be more than what he is. He's not. That's on you.
Yeah.
If your expectations are through the roof because you think you're owed something because at one point somebody in the Cardinals front office said, "Hey, he's our top prospect." And you think, "Well, no, he's not." You think you're owed something. That's a you problem.
So, okay, with that being said, maybe there's people out there that think, then what is his purpose on this team?
Hit seventh, hit bombs.
That simple?
Don't fast lane up at third. That's who he is.
So he is your everyday third baseman
let's
right now?
Do this.
Is that good enough for where we want this organization to go?
Maybe not ultimately, but it's what you got right now.
So I think that's why people want him to be what we all thought he should be or could be and what we've seen in the past. There were stretches where, man, he was the only guy that was hitting the baseball and he was hitting the cover off the ball. Where is that consistently?
Okay, how about we do this? Let's flip this on its head. Victor Scott needs to be a 30 home run guy.
What are you saying?
But I don't know.
Victor Scott needs to be a 30 home run guy.
That's not how he profiles.
It's not possible. Okay, so Victor Scott is somebody that can't do what I just said, right? So how crazy is it to say we need to see it regardless?
But he doesn't profile to be that player. Nolan Gorman profiles to be a guy that can hit 30 home runs based on his power.
Right.
Is he going to do it?
Are you going to play him 120 games? If you play him 120 plus games, then yeah.
Okay.
But people can't live with the strikeouts.
Mm-hmm. I think they can live with the strikeouts. They can't live with that ball being airmailed into the first base dugout.
That's a different conversation. That is fair. That's a different conversation.
I hate strikeouts.
Dude, if you're a liability at third base, it's a whole different conversation.
It makes my skin crawl to watch these guys swing and miss so much. I'm like, oh my God, just make contact. Like
Sure.
I love Tony Gwynn. Like that's one of my favorite
you
baseball.
watched baseball in the Tony Gwynn era.
Man, just make contact. Good things happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's like getting pucks on net. You know what I mean, Anthony? You shoot the puck at the net. I don't know. The puck goes in somehow. Eventually, you make contact.
Especially against Italy.
Well, Anthony, I wasn't gonna say that. You did though. You make contact. Good things happen. You swing and miss. That makes my skin crawl. But if I gotta watch you over at third base and you're uncomfortable and very very nervous, you know you're a liability. I don't want to see that at all.
I'm with you. I agree.
I do think this is an opportunity for Nolan Gorman. All the excuses are out the window now. Like I agree with you. You know what he is. So the strikeouts, you can. I don't accept it, but I have come around to it to a degree. But if you can't field your position, then you can't play at all.
Agreed.
Like if you're unable to field your position, you shouldn't be on the field.
You can hide a player for the most part in left field if you're getting a lot of offensive production. You can't hide a player at third base.
No.
So, Anthony.
Or second base.
Really anywhere in the infield.
There you go.
Would Nolan Gorman not be your Cardinal who has the most approved for the entire season because you already know what he is?
Correct.
Who would that person be?
Jordan Walker.
Okay.
He's the poster child for this whole conversation.
He really is.
Jordan Walker.
Most approved?
And I'm not saying, by the way, that there's the two things aren't mutually, inclusive, where he's got to prove something and I expect him to be an all-star. He just needs to show that he can be a starter.
Yeah.
I'm not asking him to be a Hall of Famer in 2026.
It'd be cool if he did, though.
But
showed that.
Can you be a player that's like, hey, done deal? Like Mason Wynn. We have no questions on Mason Wynn.
Right.
Can Jordan Walker? This is where I'm at with Jordan Walker. Can he eliminate the questions?
Oh.
Mason Wynn eliminated the questions. We know what we love Mason Wynn. Put him in pen. Whether he's a leadoff hitter or an 8-hitter or 9-hitter, whatever. But Jordan Walker, can he do that? Can he eliminate the questions? To me, he's got the most to prove in that regard. Because if he can, fantastic. Let's roll. Got another player in pen for your rebuild.
I like that.
I'll go in a different direction. I'll say Victor Scott the second.
It's another good one.
From an offensive standpoint.
Sure.
We know exactly what he can do defensively. He is great defensively. But offensively, can he add just another element to this lineup? Because if he can, well, this team is a little bit better than maybe what we expect.
Sure. It's a good one. You got a different one for the season?
For the season?
Yeah.
Oh, man. For the whole year, huh, Anthony?
Mm-hmm.
Most approved?
Yes, sir.
Man, that's a tough one. I mean, maybe Alec Burleson. Can I go AB?
No.
Why not?
No, you can. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go wherever you want.
He's got to prove something. Can he do it for an entire year? Because last year he came out the gates steaming, smoking, and then he kind of fizzled off towards the end of the year. So a full season of Alec Burleson playing the way he did in the first half to, I guess, 3/4 of the season, yeah, I'd like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you have it. Remember, we're taking your mic drops. What is the most important storyline this season for the Cardinals? If you want to leave us a Scott Lee Heating Company mic drop via the 101 ESPN Dobbs Star and Auto Center's mobile app, you can do so. We're going to continue to play. We've already played a handful of them, but we'll take as many as that we can get, certainly. Mark Cuban had some interesting comments about how the NBA being fixated on having their players, do like load management and tanking and all that. The NBA is actually misguided. Carey does not agree. He'll tell you why next on 101 ESPN.
What's the most important storyline for the Cardinals? I think we've already seen it. It's about time, right? We've been a middling team for too long. We finally see that there is a clear step. Hey, we need to hit the reset button. Let's get some young talent at pitching, which we haven't had in a while. Let's start the rebuild, full rebuild. Don't be scared of the word. Other than that, let's see where our young bats that are coming up are going to be. Does Jordan Walker take a step forward? What is J.J. Weatherholt? Is he going to end up being the all-star that we think he can be? I think those are two of the most important questions.
That was Alexander leaving us a Scott Lee Heating Company mic drop via the 101 ESPN Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's mobile app, and it goes hand in hand with what we just talked about when it came to the Cardinals with the most to prove. I agree from what Alexander said. We didn't even mention J.J. Weatherholt. He did. I would put J.J. Weatherholt, not to say that this is what Alexander did, but I would put J.J. Weatherholt more in the opportunity as opposed to something to prove. I think he's too young to say, well, you've got to prove something. Mm-hmm. I think it's more of an opportunity for him to do what Mason Wynn did 2 years ago. Come up, never go back down, solidify a starting spot in the middle of the defense.
I like it.
And go from there offensively. Yeah. Hey, Mason Wynn was the 9-hole hitter for a while. Eventually got moved up to leadoff spot. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, okay, you look good there. Yeah. I know he had some inconsistencies at the start of last year, but I think the sky's the limit for J.J. Weatherholt.
Agreed.
But I don't think he's necessarily in that category of something to prove. Do you?
No, I don't think so. I mean, he's going to be a rookie. I don't think he's at that spot just yet. It's whatever you get from him, you're happy about it, and you look forward to what the next season will be.
Amen. All right. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. That's Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh, Anthony Stalter. Jamie Rivers is on vacation this week. He'll be back with us next week. The NBA has had a tanking issue for quite a while. They're not the only sport that's had a tanking issue, but they're the one that usually gets discussed the most because load management becomes a big sticking point for a lot of fans and teams in the league. Mark Cuban, the former majority owner of the Dallas Mavericks, had this to say on Twitter, and Carey, I could tell you were getting agitated the more I read it, but I'll read it for listeners that haven't had a chance to hear it yet or read it yet. Why the NBA should embrace tanking. Again, this is from Mark Cuban. The NBA has been misguided, thinking that fans want to see their teams compete every night with a chance to win. It's never been that way. When I got into the NBA, they thought they were in the basketball business. They aren't. They are in the business of creating experiences for fans. Few can remember the score from the last game they saw or went to. They can't remember the dunks or shots. What they remember is who they were with, their family, friends, a date. That's what makes the experience special. Fans know their team can't win every game. They know only one team can win a ring. What fans do care about is their team's record. What fan that cares about their team's record wants hope. Hope they will get better and have a chance to compete for the playoffs and then maybe a ring. The one way to get closer to that is via the draft and trades and cap room. You have a better chance of improving via all three when you tank. We didn't tank often, only a few times over 23 years, but when we did, our fans appreciated it, and it got us to where we could improve, trade up, get Luka, and improve our team. The NBA should worry more about fan experience than tanking. It should worry more about pricing fans out of games than tanking. You know who cares the least about tanking? A parent who can't afford to bring their 3 kids to a game and buy their kids a jersey of their favorite player. Tanking isn't the issue. Affordability and quality of game presentation are.
What? So I hadn't read all of it when we were in the office, but I did finish reading it. The fact, for me, what I don't want to do, and I agree that affordability is important, making sure that people can come see their favorite players play the game of basketball, but the key word in that is favorite players playing. Key words. Favorite players playing. I don't want to go to an NBA game and see my favorite player out because he's tired because he played the night before. Who in the hell wants to pay to go watch their favorite player? News here. My favorite team plays in California, which means in order for me to watch my favorite team, I either got to get on a plane to go to California, or I can get in the car one time a year to go watch them play in Chicago, one time a year to go maybe watch them play in Indiana, one time a year to go, you see what I'm saying? Like one time, because they're only going to play in those Eastern teams once there. I can drive, they play a couple of times in Memphis. I can go to Memphis to watch them play. But my point is, I got to get in the car, or I got to get on a plane to go watch my favorite team play. And if I go and my favorite player for my favorite team ain't playing, because I don't know, we're going to take some time off tonight. We're trying to get a better draft pick. Where the hell is the experience in that, man?
Right.
Like, I grew up watching, Anthony, I know you were born and raised in Chicago, but let me tell you something. WGN was played here locally, and we got about 75 to 80 Bulls games a year. Mm-hmm. You know who was watching as many as possible?
Carey Davis.
This guy. I was watching them all.
Horace Grant.
Maybe
fan.
It was 70. Nah, I was a Georgia fan. I did like Horace because he wore the goggles, and I used to have to wear the goggles when I was younger. I thought it was cool. Mm-hmm. But let me tell you something. Jordan, because the games that weren't nationally televised were on WGN. And guess who was sitting there every damn night watching those games? And guess who was playing?
Little Carey, Eric Davis.
You hear me? You better believe it. And you know who was playing in all of those games?
Probably Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. And so tanking is a real issue. And you were talking about a couple of teams getting some hefty fines for sitting some players here recently. I think you said the Utah Jazz, might have been the Atlanta Hawks. I can't remember what other team it was. But hefty fines. And I think the Jazz game, I was telling Marshy, they were in a game a couple of weeks ago. And I
Indiana, by the way.
Well, Indiana Pacers. They were in a game a couple of weeks ago and sat down two of their best players for the rest of the fourth quarter.
In a tight game.
In a game that they could have won.
Right.
So where is the tanking is definitely an issue. I don't think the average Joe fan wants to pay. We talk about it with the Cardinals. Pay, $50 for parking. You taking 3 of your kids or 2 of your kids and your wife. It's 4 of you all. You're paying $250 for the tickets at least. Yeah. Your kids ain't gonna eat the food at home because hell, it's the experience. We got to spend some food at the concession stand. We're spending over $100 there. You're gonna spend $500 for an event, and your favorite player, your team is telling you, come back next year because we're tanking this year. We'll have better players.
Yeah.
No, the hell, no, because that family might not have $500 extra to spend the following year. This was the experience that they saved up for to go watch your team play, and you're telling, well, we're tanking this year. We're gonna sit these guys out so we can have a better team next year.
Right.
Now that family doesn't get to experience the full experience of an NBA game with their favorite team. So no, I think tanking is a terrible thing. I think load management is terrible. It's why I think basketball players are soft as hell. I do, I tell them to their face. I know they're soft. Like I don't mix words with them about their level of toughness. Mm-hmm. You got to be mentally tough to knock down a jumper with a 7-foot guy in your face. No. Yeah.
Mentally tough.
Physically tough? Hell no. You're not tough, man. You're just tall. God bless you with a lot of height. You're 6'7", 6'8". They're good. But you're not tough, most of them. Mm-hmm. Speaking about the majority. So the fact that they don't play multiple games or they have this load management thing because their knees are sore and their ankles are twisted and sore. Come on, man. Mm-hmm. You run into a 250-pound linebacker or a 290-pound defensive end and come talk to me. That's tough.
Yeah, it's pretty different.
Yeah.
I think this whole tanking thing is why people don't take the NBA seriously anymore. Like, I certainly don't. I liked watching NBA basketball, back in the early 2010s, like late 2000s, early 2010s. Obviously, I didn't grow up with 90s basketball like you guys did, but I really enjoyed that stretch of basketball when LeBron James came up, and all the way up into the point where I'd say I probably started to get a little bit annoyed of it when it was the Cavs and Warriors every single year in the final. But at least like people were watching that stuff, where it's like now it's like, man, I really don't care. Right. I don't care. It's kind of a joke to me at this point.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because of tanking. Maybe it's because of other things. But the tanking is dumb.
Yeah.
unless it's an organic tank like the Blues. I'm not about it.
Right. If it's organic, I mean, that's fine. Yeah, I can't add much more to what you guys already did. I agree. I'm like Carey. I'm a product of the '90s, and players played, and rivalries were there too.
Yeah,
there were teams that hated each other, players that hated each other, and you felt compelled to watch. I don't feel compelled to watch the NBA, especially the way the game's played now. And Steph Curry has a lot to do with this. He changed the way teams thought about the three-pointer. Walking down, fire up a three, play no defense, either grab the rebound or, the change of possession, go back down, shoot another three. It's just the game itself has become less interesting to me.
Mm-hmm. Could you imagine if the NFL did something like that, where it's like, we're just going to put all of our money into offense and like every team almost. I mean, we're not going to play defense. Like, we're going to have guys out there, but
right.
in all honesty, like they're probably not that great because we're not spending all of our money on those types of players.
The NFL has definitely geared itself toward offense, but there's still, look at what the Seahawks just did defensively.
The physical part of defense is no longer existent.
No,
but
you can still play defense.
Like the hit that I forget which safety it was when he hit Hunter Henry in the Super Bowl. We were like, ooh, when. That was just that was a good hit.
Right.
Like now you're like, oh God, don't throw a flag.
Yeah.
Like
you could still hit. What they try to eliminate is the head-to-head.
You can't hit people no more, man. This game's soft, Anthony.
You got to hit him with the shoulder.
If you get him in, you signed up, brother. Damn. Did you not?
You have to tell me. I hit a running back one time on a sweep in practice. It was option.
Yeah.
And I was strong safety. You know what strong safety is?
Fill the hole, man. Come down. You got pitch man.
Pitch man.
Yeah.
I filled the lane, pitch man, lowered my head, thought I was paralyzed. Went.
That's not good.
Went right down.
Yeah, you got to know how. You got to tackle correctly.
The running back made eye contact. I'm like, I'm not moving. This isn't good. Fortunately, it was just a stinger.
Oh no, those
sucks too.
And here you are, Anthony.
And here I am.
Yeah,
you made it.
That tingling down your whole right side ain't a good feeling, brother.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
but you live.
I told you I did that, and we were playing Cincinnati, and I had a stinger, and my whole right side was just hanging there, and I got in my stance, and I was like, God, please,
come back.
I was in the huddle listening to the play. I'm like, I hope I don't have to use this right side. But I don't feel anything.
Yeah. This could be good, but I don't think it is.
Yeah. It comes back after a few minutes.
Absolutely. All right, we got our Sports Six-Pack next, part one at least. 314-399-9646 to the Air Comfort Service text line. You got a question, send it in. Sports Six-Pack part one next.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Coming up next, we have our Sports Six-Pack. So get your questions into the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. We'll do part one of the six-pack next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Part one of the Sports Six-Pack here in the Fast Lane on 101 at ESPN. If you got a question, you can send it into the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9646. Marshy, question one, please.
Question number one.
All right, from the 314. Guys, I'm not trying to call you out, but like me, I believe we want the Blues to get the top pick in the NHL draft. True, but we don't want them to tank. Are we kidding ourselves? Go be lose.
Oh man, I don't think they have to tank. Yeah, I mean, the way, look, let's just be real. With the way that they're playing, you have eyes. We're not going to put lipstick on a pig here. Yeah. With the way that they're performing, the way that they're playing, I don't think they have to go into a tank.
I agree. I think that kind of the way. I mean, they are like. What, 3 out of 12? 3 wins, 12 losses, something like that?
It sounds
out of the last 15 games.
To me.
Something like that. It ain't great. They have found, and you never, I mean, I can tell you from, I've told you this, personal experience, man. When it's bad, brother. They're 3-11, I believe, in their last 14 games. Like, that ain't great. At all.
No.
Like, it's been hard to watch. So, I don't think that they have to tank. I think Marshy's is kind of catchy, and I'm not a fan of it. I don't agree with it, but organically, it's happening.
Organic tank. Embrace it. Embrace it.
Just happening.
It's happening. Nobody's not playing hard. They're playing as hard as they can. Guys aren't load managing. They've just been banged up. Mm-hmm. But even when they're healthy, organically,
they're losing.
It's happening, man.
It's happening.
So embrace it.
I think it would be detrimental for this team to
make the playoffs.
No, win more games and miss the playoffs by like 3 points or 4 points or whatever, and then all of a sudden you're stuck in the middle and you don't end up getting one of these top guys.
Yeah. If you're gonna make any sort of second half miracle run, then make the playoffs. Don't fall short.
Yeah, and how about win a playoff series too?
Well, okay, Marsh. I mean, now
but seriously,
now you're asking for a lot. Well,
what I'm asking for is the top pick in the draft.
I know.
That's what I want.
I know you are.
I don't play on the team,
so you can't help that.
I wouldn't help him at all, Anthony.
Whoa,
are you kidding me?
Damn,
Anthony, I played beer league hockey.
Yeah, you play quite well too.
From what I can tell,
in beer league.
No, don't.
Same game.
Don't short yourself. Don't you?
Same game, Mark.
Give yourself some credit.
I'll help with the organic tank.
Yeah. Well, they may need you.
Fine. I'll lace them up.
There you go. That's all we care about.
Yeah.
All right. Question 2.
Question number 2.
All right, Jeff Coe's finest wants to know. I am personally not a fan of the NBA for the same reasons you guys said, but what do you guys think the NBA needs to do to make fans want to actually watch again?
I don't know if the NBA can do anything. What would require the NBA, in my opinion, to become interesting again is if you had some natural rivalries. I just don't see that anymore. I don't think you have the natural rivalries between teams and between players. I remember when the Bulls absolutely hated the Knicks. Hated them. And the Knicks didn't like it. The Knicks were kind of like the the brawlers that were tired of all the highlights from the Bulls. Yeah. And when it was John Starks and Oakley and Ewing and who was
Anthony Mason.
Yeah. They hated the Bulls.
Derek Harper. It was.
Those series were awesome when it got to
good times.
Yeah, the NBA playoffs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just don't have that anymore. Yeah, the Pacers also used to get into it all the time with the Pistons.
Yeah, and the Bulls. Yeah.
Like you had those natural rivalries. You didn't want to miss it.
I think
can't force that.
Yeah, I don't know that there are. I'm trying to think of like the rivalry where you're looking at both teams and you're like, man, I can't wait to see this matchup.
Right.
But it's also
it's not there.
That was a different. They had a different disdain for each other. Like they didn't like each other. Like they weren't friends and hung out off the court in the offseason. Like they weren't going places together. Like they hung with their teammates.
Yeah.
And would punch the other one in the face if it came down to it, man.
Absolutely shouldn't be standing there.
Does it feel like the players in today's NBA don't care about basketball? They just care about being NBA players?
You could probably say that for all sports.
Like any sport, yeah.
I think there is so much change in sports, especially at the professional level. Like, even from what I've been told, like guys don't hang out with each other nearly as much. And I was listening to, I think it was BK and Ferrari, I forget who they had on, but he was talking about how in the NHL, the players don't even go out together anymore. Because it's too much, it's too many cameras, it's too many people, that can, if you do the wrong thing, now it's posted online. So guys go have dinner and they go back to the hotel room and play video games and chill there. So the camaraderie, I think, from what you saw from teams, especially in the 90s, early 2000s, it's not there as much because people are so separated from one another in terms of, like, we didn't go home. Like, after work, like, the guys that had families, wives, things of that nature, they usually went home. But, like, us that were single or, didn't have a family at home in Pittsburgh, we stayed at the facility for hours playing cards, or we would go to a teammate's house. Every Thursday we were at James Ferrier's house having food and playing cards.
Yeah.
And so it was more camaraderie, I think, then. And I think that's true for every sport. I don't think it's just basketball. I think that, with social media, guys don't want to be out doing something that could be deemed stupid. Like, how you think players in the 90s didn't go have a beer after the game? Hell yeah, they did. But if you go have a beer tonight and you got a game tomorrow and you stink, he was out drinking, he was drunk at the bar, I saw him, look at the video.
Right.
Nah, I can't even, I had one beer, bro. I didn't get drunk. Nah, he was hammering them.
No, you were hammered.
You were hammered. Why the hell are you videotaping me at the bar, weirdo?
That is pervert.
That's what you are.
So I think it's very different now.
You heard me. Sports Six Pack Part 2 is coming up. 314-399-9646. Keep those questions rolling in. Part 2 of the Sports Six Pack next. Boy, I hate paying fees on anything. Stewie, can you help me out when it comes to avoiding said fees, or at least educate me on what I need to know?
Well, here's what we see a lot, Anthony. People go and they do applications with mortgage companies. The realtor says they should go over there, or they just apply online, and they get these documents and the categorization of these fees: underwriting fee, processing fee, floods fee, pizza delivery fee, all different kinds of fees, broker fee. And people think that just because it's in print, therefore it's an okay and standard fee in the industry. It's not. You can call it anything you want: closing costs, Reese's peanut butter delivery fee, whatever you want. You're paying the money. That's what you got to look at, is the bottom line. And when you go into do an application and they have thousands of dollars rolled up in there and they say this is standard, don't believe them. There is no standard. With the bagel loan, there's no fees at all. Zero. We don't roll it in. God, I get this question all the time. They're not rolled in. Nothing. Bagel looks like a zero. It's easy to remember. You don't pay a dime. We just want your relationship, and we just want your business.
And you should give him your business, because when it comes to Stewie, there's nobody in the market that is better. When it comes to saving you money, when it comes to getting you to the closing table, if you are purchasing a home, maybe you got some debt and you're worried about the debt situation, stop having sleepless nights and let one of the professionals do something about it. Stewie's not going to judge you, man. Just wants to help you. So give him a call or shoot him a text. Personal cell phone number, same one I use when I have a question for Stewie. 314-324-4440. If you miss the number, you can always Google the bagel loan. Stewie, keep up the great work, my friend.
Stay warm, guys.
NMLS number 226715.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Part two of the Sports Six-Pack right now here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Carey Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter. Here's Andrew March with question number 3.
Question number 3.
All right, from the 618, if football and hockey did not have salary caps, would they look a lot like what baseball is, with the big markets dominating?
Yeah, whoever has, well, maybe it's not a market thing. Maybe it's just an ownership thing, right? Like
the Dallas Cowboys would probably be the highest paid team in all of sports.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, football for sure. Like, because Jerry don't mind spending that money.
Yep.
So
I would say the richest owners would, the ones, of course, that are willing to spend, it would be those teams. Yeah, but yeah, I think it would be top heavy. How could it not?
Why would it not?
Baseball's Baseball is the only sport of the major four that doesn't have a cap, and it's top heavy. I don't think that's by accident.
Yeah.
I think that's done by design. So yes, I do think it would be similar in the other sports, and thank God we don't have to worry about that. Right, CD?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, who in their right mind wants to watch a team like the Dodgers and other sports? You know, just dominating faces, Anthony. Who wants to see that? Not you.
Well, for me,
I mean, Arthur Blank has a lot of money. Who would want to see the Falcons spend all that money to buy a championship? Not Anthony, because he's a man of the people, and he definitely would not want. It would be tainted. Hey, we paid more than everybody else. We don't want that championship. You keep that damn Lombardi. We didn't earn it. That's what Anthony would say. That's what my Anthony Stalter would say.
Yeah, it would be.
He doesn't believe it.
So when you watch the Falcons win the Super Bowl in the future, because they paid everybody,
you don't get to cheer.
You don't actually get to watch.
Yep.
Much like I won't get to watch the first round of the college football playoff when it gets expanded to 24 teams. So that's good. I'm glad that we're we each have our own thing.
Workshopping here. Well, Anthony would not want a tainted championship for
like
his Falcons. He's a long suffering Falcons. I mean, 90 since the 90s, Marshy. That's 30 years, man. He's been suffering with this team. But if they had no salary cap, this man here, you know him like I know him. Ain't no way in hell he'd be cheering for that team. He'd find a different team to cheer for.
Absolutely, well said.
He might cheer for the Cleveland Browns at that point. You know what I mean?
Said.
Yeah, he'd be a Browns fan. He'd call him a Brownie. You know what I mean? Am I right? Am I right or am I right?
Question number 4.
No, go ahead.
Did you want to say something?
Well, unlike Marshy, who will have to deal with a 24-team college football playoff, I don't have to worry about the NFL.
I'm intrigued, though. I do want to know.
Doing something as
I'm intrigued.
Unfortunate for fans as the Major League Baseball.
I'm intrigued. If your favorite team, the Atlanta Falcons, had no salary cap and they bought the best players, had the highest salary per season, and won championship after championship, are you not going to cheer?
Let me tell you something about the Falcons, Carey.
That's not what I asked you.
We had a player the night before the Super Bowl win the Walter Payton Man of the Year award, only to solicit what he thought was a prostitute in Miami, only to realize it was, in fact, an undercover cop. Spent the night in jail, got no sleep. Falcons lost the Super Bowl the next day. We also had a player, the franchise player, decide to, have a hobby, gross, disgusting hobby that wound him being sent to federal prison. Same team that lost the Super Bowl, in which they were up 28-3. Same team that could have knocked off the Nick Foles-led Eagles had they just gained 3 more yards. Same team that this past Super Bowl, night before, had a player arrested on 5 federal charges.
Felony
charges. Excuse me. Let me get this right. Felony charges. Yeah. Same guy who set the franchise record for sacks among rookies. There's no way in hell. This is my point. There's no way in hell, Marsh.
I'd like to add one, too.
Sure.
Same team that shelled out a ton of money for a quarterback to then draft another one the same offseason.
Not just a quarterback coming off an Achilles tear.
Correct.
He was ready. He was due, man. He was due to get paid. He was ready. He was as healthy as one could ask.
He was the next one up.
Same team that hired a coach that decided to coach Arkansas in November. While the season was still going on, left the players a note inside their locker saying, hey, I'm out. Thanks for everything.
That same team that had a defensive coordinator's son call a potential draft pick.
Tell him congratulations, you got drafted.
Man, when you speak about it, it feels as though like the Falcons are haunted, or
it feels like they need to get rid of a salary cap for this team to actually win something of substance.
You know, you guys are missing it. The point is, that team, my team, their luck ain't gonna happen anyways.
Okay.
Arthur Blank, a lot of money. He'll probably decide to sell the team to somebody that doesn't care and won't spend. and will be the Colorado Rockies or the Chicago White Sox of Major League Baseball.
Well, Anthony, maybe one day when you're trying to find those moles in your yard, there'll be some oil that you'll come across, and then you can buy your own football team.
There you go.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
Really nice.
Better get that fox out of there then.
All right, let's. Well, I already clicked the button for question 4.
Fire away.
Yeah, why don't we do it again, just in case people forgot?
Question number 4.
From the 314, and we were talking a little bit about this earlier. Why are there different levels of expectations between Gorman and Walker? Neither have lived up to the team-oriented hype.
I don't think they're. I think they both are in a sink or swim scenario. I do think that Walker may have another year still in terms of being able to prove it, just because he's younger.
Well, the other thing too, hasn't Gorman been up?
That's the
longer?
that's the other part.
So Gorman's been up longer. The other thing too is, as we know, just because you're a top prospect doesn't mean you're a top prospect in the same vein as another top prospect. For example, when Kenny Pickett was selected by the Steelers, he was the first quarterback taken in that draft. Does that mean he's on the same level as other first-round quarterbacks?
Sure. Yes.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, Carey. So I don't think every prospect is equal in
It's
that
about
regard.
who's available at that time.
Correct.
Which players.
So Gorman was the top prospect for the Cardinals during that time. As we know now, Cardinals weren't that great during that time. So I don't think the expectations should be the same. That's the way I look at it.
And he's a couple of years younger than Jordan Walker. He's 2 years younger.
Gorman is? No. Walker is 2 years younger. Yeah, that makes sense too. Yep, absolutely. All right, it's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh, Anthony Stalter. We need a new Gauntlet contestant, so.
We got one.
Oh, you got one?
We got one.
Fair enough. We'll play the Gauntlet next.
warriors. 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
Time for the Gauntlet here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Carey Davis and Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. 4:05, your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. We've got Kevin on the line. What's up, Kevin?
Hey, how you guys doing?
We're doing great, man. Appreciate you listening. Thanks for playing today. Would you like to take on Marsh, Carey, or me in round 1?
Well, I've been told I'm a pretty awful guy, so I'm going to take on Marshy.
Oh, that's smart. That's real smart. We'll find out how awful you are. Go ahead and tell Marsh to spin that wheel, then we'll kick him out.
All right, spin it, Marshy.
Okay, Marsh, get to stepping, kid. Kevin, what category are you open for?
Well, against Marsh, I don't know if it matters, so I'm just going to wait to see what it says.
Okay. Now, are you saying that because Marsh is a tough opponent, or no?
I think he's pretty tough.
He is pretty tough. He's really good in hockey. What do we got, CD?
Baseball.
Oh, baseball. Okay.
All right, I can do that.
Okay.
I don't know why I gave you both of those.
Yeah, that's all right. Have an opportunity to take notes.
Double the fun.
You know?
There you go.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, Kevin, you're going to get 4 baseball-related questions. Each one is worth 2 points unless you ask for the options. If you ask for the options, those questions become worth 1 point. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Brendan Donovan made his first major league start on April 26, 2002. That can't be right. It must be 2020. Can't be 2002. CD.
Nope.
So we'll say Brendan Donovan made his first major league start on April 26, 2020 against the Mets. Where did he play on the diamond?
I'm going to say second base.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Question number 2. Tug McGraw had a 19-year career with the Mets and one other National League team. Name that club.
Phillies. Final answer.
All right, Kevin. Question 3. Lefty Framber Valdez and the Tigers are in agreement on a 13-year, $115 million contract. How many 15-win seasons has he logged thus far?
All right, I'm going to guess because I think options probably won't help me much. I'm going to say 3. Final answer.
Okay.
Question number 4. Final question. Identify the big league's only active Bahamian who is also suiting up for Team Great Britain in March's World Baseball Classic.
I have no idea. I'll take the option.
Did I say that word right? I think he spelled it right. I don't know. All right. Is it Josh Naylor, Jerickson Profar, or Jazz Chisholm?
Naylor. Final answer.
All right. Let's bring back Marsh from the cone of silence right now. Kevin, how you feeling?
Not great.
Okay.
It happens, you know.
This one,
it's
a little tricky.
Might surprise yourself. You never know.
You just never know. All right, Marshy, he's back from the cone of silence right now. How was it?
Oh, it was great.
2B. Oh, Michigan Wolverine is great. 2B. All right, your category today is baseball.
Okay.
Pack a lunch.
Question 1. Brendan Donovan made his first major league start on April 26, 2020 against the Mets. Where did he play on the diamond?
Second base would be the obvious answer, right? Maybe it wasn't. Let's see here. 2020. I have no clue. I'll just go with second base. Maybe it's first base, could be third base, could be outfield. Could be shortstop. Who knows? I'll go with second base. Maybe it's one of those questions where it makes you think a little bit like, oh, maybe it is a different position, but ultimately it is second base. So I'll just stick with second base. Final answer.
Okay.
You had a lot of gloves. Question number 2. Tug McGraw had a 19-year career with the Mets and one other National League team. Name that club.
Options.
Is it the San Francisco Giants, Philadelphia Phillies, or the Cincinnati Reds?
Reds. Final answer.
Question 3, Marsh. Lefty Framber Valdez and the Tigers are in agreement on a 3-year, $115 million contract. How many 15-win seasons has he logged thus far?
The options would be like 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. I'll say 2. Final answer.
Question number 4. Identify the big league's only Bahamian who will also be suiting up for Team Great Britain in March's World Baseball Classic.
Say that again.
Identify the big league's only active Bahamian, someone from the Bahamas, who is also suiting up for Team Great Britain in March's World Baseball Classic.
Ooh, the Bahamas, you say. Options.
Josh Naylor, Jerickson Profar, or Jazz Chisholm?
I had Jazz on my mind. I thought that... I'm gonna go Jazz Chisholm. Final answer.
Okay. Let's go over these. Kevin versus Marshy in baseball. Brendan Donovan made his first major league start on April 26, 2020 against the Mets. Where did he play on the diamond? You both went with the obvious. You both said second base without the options. Correct answer is?
First base.
Yeah, no, it's first base.
Okay.
Yeah, first base. 0-0 thus far. Tug McGraw, Tim's dad, had a 19-year career with the Mets and one other National League team. Name that club. Kevin went Phillies. Marsh went Reds. Correct answer is?
It's the Phillies.
And Kevin did not need the options. So Kevin is up 2-0 on Marsh. Lefty Framber Valdez and the Tigers are in agreement on a 3-year, $115 million contract. How many 15-win seasons has he logged thus far? Kevin, without the options, said 3. Marsh said, well, I'm not going to take the options either. Probably going to be 1, 2, or 3. Give me 2. Correct answer is?
It's 2.
It's 2.
Oh my gosh.
2022 and 2024. So we're all knotted up at 2 apiece. Could it come down to this, CD? Identify the big league's only active Bahamian who will also be suiting up for Team Great Britain in March's World Baseball Classic. With the options, Marsh went with Jazz Chisholm. With the options, Kevin went Josh Naylor.
Yeah, that was my other one that I was thinking.
If it's Josh Naylor, Kevin wins. If it's Jazz Chisholm, Marsh wins. If it's Jerickson Profar, well, for a second straight day, Marsh is going to have himself a walk-off. So, Carey, correct answer is?
Jazz Chisholm.
Kevin.
You have chosen poorly.
You lose. Not today.
Kevin, you were looking good, man. You were up 2-0. Heading into the final 2 questions, Marsh needed both of them. He needed to not use the options on at least one of them. That's exactly what happened. Marsh wins today 3-2. Sorry, buddy.
Hey, no problem. Enjoyed it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks for listening, man.
You're a great guy, by the way. I don't
You
care what
are.
it-
Yeah, you're a great guy. This is confirmed.
Confirmed. Thanks.
All right. See you, pal.
Good job.
That's Kevin here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Confirmed great guy.
He seemed kind of disappointed
He
about
was,
being
yeah.
a great
He might have
guy.
been. He wanted to win. That tells
Oh,
you.
yeah, of course.
That tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, Marsh, nice comeback, man.
Oh, that was
It wasn't looking great.
in
We'll
these
be honest.
last 2 days, I'm just like, I don't know how I pulled that one out. But hey, you know what? Great teams find a way to win.
Good teams win, great teams cover. You've done both the last 2 days.
Do we have lines in the...
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Do we? Okay.
I'm sure somebody
Do
done.
we?
That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
It certainly would. Top 2026 NFL free agents. Where do they land? That's next on 101 ESPN.
think the biggest news that could come out of spring training in this season is going to be who seizes the day, who takes the talent that got them there and get to the next level, take the team with you, change your life, change the fortune of the Cardinals season, and change the outlook for the typical fan like me that looks so forward to baseball season every year. Give us something to cling to. Who's going to give us something to cling to?
Okay. Wow. Robbie, leaving us an interesting mic drop there in relation to our mic drop theme. What is the most important storyline this season for the Cardinals? Sounding inspired, guys, or inspiring.
Want something to cling to, something to look forward to every single day when you're watching 162 games. And to be honest, Anthony, you got to have something to look forward to if you're going to watch 162 games.
Robbie says, just give me something to believe in.
Yeah, don't stop believing, Anthony.
Yeah.
Journey.
Yep, nice job.
I'm getting there, man.
The wins are starting to pile up for CD. Nice job.
Carey Davis.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right. Continue to send in those Scott Lee Heating Company mic drops via the 101 ESPN Dobbs Star and Auto Center's mobile app. We'll continue to play them throughout the course of the show. The 2026 NFL free agents, the top free agents, and where they could possibly land.
Yeah, man. I was looking at some of these names, and very interesting, very intriguing. The one of the most interesting things that I took away from this is one of the most sought-after quarterbacks this free agency cycle is none other than Malik Willis, man.
I know.
How crazy is that?
You know, a couple of years ago, it would have been really crazy. But when you watch Sam Darnold bounce around, when you watch Baker Mayfield have success on, after a couple of stops,
Danny Dimes,
it sounds less crazy.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have a top pick in the drafts or the top pick in this year's draft,
where are you going?
How else are you going to get that guy? You gonna run it back with what you have? If you're the Cardinals, if you're the Dolphins, who I think Malik Willis goes to.
That's one of the teams that was on that list. The Dolphins, for Malik Willis being a landing spot for him, which is intriguing because, again, who would have thought that Malik Willis, that was drafted in the same draft as Kenny Pickett, potentially a first-round draft pick at one point out of Liberty, and then ends up being a third-round draft pick, was passed over, it goes to the Tennessee Titans. That was a bleep show.
Mm-hmm.
Finds his way to Green Bay and has some great games backing up Jordan Love and able to fill in for him when he gets injured, and has put himself in a really, really good position to become a sought-after free agent and potentially, I guess, a starter for whatever team he ends up going to for next year. That to me, I wouldn't have been able to think that would ever have taken place.
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
Do you think that the quarterback resurgence or the guy like the Sam Darnolds, the Baker Mayfields, even Geno Smith at one point before he went to play for the Raiders, do you think trying to find that next guy could be potentially dangerous for some of these franchises? Who's to say that this sort of happens again? It's almost like, oh, well, this is the next guy in line to be the next Sam Darnold. Like Mac Jones now, another guy. How do we know that, these quarterbacks are necessarily going to be the next Sam Darnold or the next Baker Mayfield? There's no...
No, you're right. I mean,
that could be dangerous for some of these franchises.
Certainly. It's no more dangerous than not having a QB, right?
That's fair.
And if you don't have a quarterback, you're desperate.
Mm-hmm.
That's the bottom line.
Well, I'm just looking at contracts, though. You're going to give this guy 3 years?
I don't know what you're going to give.
You're going to get he's
3 years
he
for
may get $20 million.
I would say 3 for 30. Three for 130 a year. I mean, why not? You're a starting quarterback?
So Justin Fields got $20 million per year last year from the Jets.
That's okay. Okay. I get that. So what do you say?
I think that's the
3 for 60?
Yeah.
Okay.
3 for 60?
I said 3 for 30, 3 for 100.
Yeah, you know what? If he could get it, that's good money.
It's good money, Anthony.
Daniel Jones signed a 1 year, $14 million deal. So I think the low end per year is 15. I think the high end for Willis would be 20.
That ain't bad, man.
No.
Not bad at all. Bengals defensive end Trey Hendrickson, who we know was they not like the Bengals need defensive players, but he was one of those players that was talking about being traded last year, him on the free agent market this year, potentially going to the Colts, who I think could use a pass rusher, a guy that gets it. The Colts had a really good year until Daniel Jones. Well, until the second half of the year, and Daniel Jones getting injured obviously didn't help in that regard. But getting a guy that can get after the quarterback and create some havoc on that side of the ball, I think would be beneficial for that team.
I like your pick of the Colts. Can I see your Colts and raise you a Buffalo Bills?
Oh.
I think the Bills would be a nice landing spot for Trey Hendrickson.
Well, speaking of the Bills, I got a receiver here, and we know the Bills need a receiver, right? They always need a receiver. Mike Evans, potentially landing in Buffalo. You just were reading something off air about him coming back for another season.
Yeah, Adam Schefter of ESPN reporting that Mike Evans will return for another season. He's a free agent, so he might explore the market. I think he winds up in Tampa again.
You think he goes back?
Yeah.
What if they don't want him back?
Nah, they want him back.
Nah, okay. The last two I'll give you are both running backs. One, Seattle Seahawks running back Kenneth Walker, who just won Super Bowl MVP, potentially going back to Seattle. Now, the interesting part about this is, and Marshy and I were just looking at this earlier, the Seattle Seahawks don't plan on franchise tagging him. So,
which tells me they're going to give him a long-term deal.
They're going to give him a long-term deal, and him going back, he's a free agent. You don't have to pay him, but you watch what he did. You probably want to keep that core of players together, and he performed really well, obviously so well that he won the MVP for the Super Bowl. You want to keep those guys happy and keep them in-house. And the best part about this team right now is they're not paying the quarterback $50 million a year, $60 million a year, so you can afford to keep your best players on the roster.
Plus, Zach Charbonnet just tore his ACL in the second round of the playoffs. Yeah. He ain't going to be ready for a while.
No, you don't think?
So it makes no sense to let Kenneth Walker go.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think they get a long-term deal done with him.
The last one that I found most intriguing, because this team has been reported to potentially be looking at a running back, but via the draft, and we've heard that this team may be looking to draft Jeremiah Love with the 9th overall pick. That's the Kansas City Chiefs. And they have Travis Etienne from the Jags potentially going to the Chiefs.
With the way that the Jaguars used Etienne, Liam Cohen used Travis Etienne, I would think that they would want to retain him.
You think so?
Yeah. Like he was a big part of their offense last year.
They had who was the backup? What was his name?
Tootin.
Yeah, Tootin.
They used Tootin, but they did, in my opinion, begin to use Travis Etienne down the stretch a little bit more.
I thought when they got rolling, I think Travis Etienne was a really good player. He kind of reminds me of what the situation is with Kyle Pitts. Like the first couple of years, you're like, oh, okay, I see the talent there, and then last year he pops, right? So I think he winds up going back to Jacksonville. If not, two teams that I think could use a running back, one more so than the other. The Washington Commanders could use either Etienne or Breece Hall.
They could have used Brian Robinson. They traded him.
They got Bill Krosky-Merritt.
Like I said, Marsh.
Yeah, I agree with Anthony.
You get either Etienne or Breece Hall.
I don't think Bill did a great job this year. I don't know that he's your long-term.
He could be a complimentary back. Answer. The other team that I could see being in the market for running backs, just because their head coach is a running back whore, is the Denver Broncos.
Oh, they definitely need some help at that position. They need an upgrade. That was watching.
Why would you want to sign there if you're never going to get the ball?
You will get the ball.
I mean, maybe 12 times.
Two other guys.
Definitely with,
you're going to have to
two
share.
Other guys. And you are going to have to share.
What about J.K. Dobbins?
You're going to have to share.
J.K. is always he. I don't know that J.K. has played a complete season at any point in his entire career.
Which is unfortunate. He's a good running back.
He's a good running back. But I don't think he's played a full season in his entire career.
Maybe he should start midway through the season.
Maybe. Yeah, no,
it's not a bad idea.
His first year was his best year. He played 15 games.
Not a bad idea. I know the Broncos have what's his face, but he was incredibly ineffective this year.
You don't even remember his name, nor do I.
Yeah, R.J. Harvey.
R.J. Harvey. He's a rookie, though.
He was. He was an ineffective rookie.
Yeah, he was.
And he was a second-round pick, so maybe they don't go that route. But I don't know.
He's a little bit on the smaller
Sean
side.
Payton loves himself some running backs. Loves them. What do the Colts do with Daniel Jones?
They re-sign him.
I think so, too.
They'll keep him. We've talked about, Anthony Richardson is still there, but you saw that Anthony Richardson wasn't going to be your starting quarterback, and then he broke his orbital bone with well, he probably did the same thing Jamie did.
Yeah, but Jamie kept going.
He kept going. He didn't break an eye socket.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. And so I think they want to keep Daniel Jones on their team. I don't know when he's coming back because he tore his Achilles, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, nah.
They say, though, that he could be back, given the timeline, by week 1.
Well, we saw what happened with Carey when he came back by week 1, didn't we?
Yeah. And Rodgers, for that matter.
How'd that work out? Not great.
Not great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're playing the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, though, week 1. Stop.
Agreed. I mean, that's tough.
Not scoring a touchdown at home, tough?
18-12, I think, was the final score.
Well, he's learning the playbook, Anthony.
Okay. Well, you can learn the playbook in Minnesota again.
He doesn't have to learn it. He already knows it. It's a bonus.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm. I'm just glad you're not sending him to Pittsburgh anymore.
No, Aaron's going back there.
Yay.
Marsh has got a different quarterback for Minnesota.
I think it's going to be Derek Carr out of retirement.
Derek Carr is going to come out of retirement. He's going to quarterback Marsh's Minnesota Vikings. CD, how do you feel about that?
Derek Carr, well, I thought Derek Carr said he wanted to win a Super Bowl.
He could win a Super Bowl in Minnesota.
He said he would come back if the opportunity to win a Super Bowl was present.
Okay,
well, any team that has the opportunity to win a Super Bowl now probably already has a quarterback.
Great point.
That's a valid point, which means Derek Carr ain't coming back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like that.
What's your problem, Carey?
I don't have a
team
problem.
was 1 win away from a playoff spot with the worst quarterback in the entire league. And Carson Wentz.
I mean, they played hard, man.
And J.J. McCarthy.
Played hard. Great team.
Max Brosmer, worst quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
He was bad.
He struggled.
He was not good at all.
We're going to start him in Seattle.
Yeah, what a idiotic thought process.
You're going to be fine, Max.
But you know what, Anthony? They didn't have anybody else.
No. You're going to be great, Max. Yeah. You're going to win us this game. Or flat out lose it.
Yeah. Someone leaked to the media that he was their secret weapon. I have a feeling the person that did that is no longer employed.
Yeah. Did he recently get let go?
Maybe.
Despite going to the Senior Bowl? All right. Fill in the blank is going to be next. If you got to fill in the blank for us, 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. Text in your fill in the blank statement, and we'll play it next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals had their first full squad workout today in Jupiter, Florida. We are very close to the start of the regular season for Major League Baseball. We're also taking your mic drops today. What is the most important storyline this season for the Cardinals? So send us a Scottley Heating Company mic drop, or you can text into the Air Comfort Service text line. And speaking of the Air Comfort Service text line, we're going to play Fill in the Blank coming up next. So send in your Fill in the Blank statements to 314-399-9646. We'll play Fill in the Blank next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Blank, 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 blank.
Fill in some blanks.
It's Fast on 101 ESPN. Time to play Fill in the Blank, as Marsh just noted in the Sports Center update. So send in your Fill in the Blank statements to 314-399-9646. Marsh, go.
All right. We get a text from the 636. For the rest of the season, I hope the Blues blank, but I actually think they'll blank.
I hope the Blues get on an epic run, qualify for the playoffs, and cash in on the expectations that we all expected them.
Yeah.
But I actually think that they're going to continue to struggle, and they're going to wind up with one of the top 3 picks.
There you go. I was going to say the same thing. I hope the Blues win every game, but I think that they may have some of the same issues that they ended the first half of the season with. And then they won't win every game. And you have a tough losing season, and you have to pick in the top 3, which is, man, it's a hard season.
Oh, darn.
But, yeah, darn it. Gosh darn it.
You guys don't sound too beat up about this.
Darn it. We're almost there. Shoot.
I don't know if I believe you guys.
Gosh darn it.
You shoot. They should shoot more, Carey.
They should. Yeah, man.
Or maybe they shouldn't, you know?
You can't score if you don't shoot the puck.
Yeah, you know, like organic tank, Anthony.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Organic tank.
Yeah, I got that. I feel you.
You okay with that?
Yeah, sure. Well, I told you what I wanted and what I expect.
Mm-hmm. All right, we'll move on to the other team down the road. From the 314, blank will be the first position the Cardinals spend big money on in the year blank.
Ooh. Marshy, you're not gonna like it. But I think
why wouldn't I like it?
Because you're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like my answer.
If it has anything to do with Alec Burleson not being on this baseball team, you can just keep your mouth shut.
If you're gonna spend big money, what position are you spending big money on, Anthony?
Pitcher.
Nah, you got plenty of those, Anthony. You got you got so many damn pitchers right now. You know how many pitchers you got? One of them bound to be an ace. Numbers tell you that.
You're darn right. Shotgun effect.
Bear it out, man. The numbers bear it out. So if you're spending big money on a position,
left field,
probably be a first baseman.
First baseman, 2030.
I was gonna say 28. You know what? 2030 is a good year. 2030 is a good year. Well, that'd be coming off the lockout. Yeah, 2030. Oh, that's perfect for Alec Burleson. It's a good 5-year run, man.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, man. I don't know why you're trying to get rid of him.
No, we're not. We're just saying.
It sounds like you are.
He's not going to be here.
Yeah, in 2030.
Why wouldn't he be?
Well, he's going to be a Dodger.
No, never mind.
What were you going to say? What were you going to say?
He won't be a Dodger. He has integrity like you, Anthony. You know.
Oh, now I know you're full of it.
You don't. You pick.
I don't think that's what you meant.
That's what I meant.
I think you were going. Well, I think you were going to say he's not good enough to be a Dodger.
I was not going to say that.
I saw it in your face.
I was not going to. You think I would say that in front of Marshy?
Well, I think you were going to, and then you caught yourself.
I just said
that filter started working right as you were going to say that.
In 2030, he'll be at 31.
Be his prime.
Yeah.
He's going to be drinking prime in L.A.
He going to L.A. The Angels?
Yep.
I don't know why you guys are trying to get rid of this guy. Yeah, 636. Burley will retire a Cardinal. I agree.
All right. Well, then
this guy just won a Silver Slugger award.
Well, when he retires, you're going to need a first baseman.
I hope he doesn't retire in 2029.
Why you do that?
Yeah.
Trying to be a tough dad, but you be making me laugh.
All right, well, we're going to move on before I get upset.
Okay. I think you already are.
I kind of am. Yeah, you guys trying to get rid of Burley. You just don't get rid of St. Louis Stars.
We're not trying to get rid of him. He's going to be playing. See, you think we're going to get rid of him. He's going to be playing another spot.
Okay, see, Carey didn't mention that, though. That's what he meant.
I said...
No, I don't think he was.
He'll be a DH. Got to get him off his feet.
Sure, yeah. Where's Ivan Herrera going to play?
Catcher. Where he's playing this year.
No, Burleson's going to be in left field. Of course.
All right, we'll move on.
Well, happy birthday, of course.
All right, Dirk 3K. Jordan Walker is going to have a blank season.
A breakout year. Breakout season.
Yep.
I believe it, man. I believe it.
He's going to have a consistently inconsistent season.
Nah.
What?
Nah.
A roller coaster season.
Stop, man.
Upsy
daisy.
Downs. Upside down.
And inside out.
Yeah. I don't know if he's going to have a breakout season.
I do. I believe it.
He's going to have a steady season. How about that?
Man, he's going to show all the people who have been hating on him.
Nobody's hating him.
They are.
Man, there's a lot of haters out there.
There's a lot of haters, man. You know how many haters there are out there? Too many to count.
You can't worry about
1.4 million haters out there.
Yeah, that's precisely. You can't worry about the people that shout your failures and whisper your successes. You know?
No, but you saw that documentary that I saw during COVID, and listening to the haters makes you take it personal. You know what I mean?
Very true. Yeah.
And that guy,
he was making stuff up.
If he didn't have haters, he might not have been as great as he was.
Very true.
Even the haters, as you said, that he made up. And I took that personally. Like, I don't know what you did, but you did something and it pissed me off.
Yeah.
And I took it personally. I guess sometimes
now I'm gonna dunk on you.
Sometimes as a pro athlete, you gotta make up scenarios in your head.
And he
you
did.
Get fueled by the hate. Makes you better.
So
you know, Anthony.
Yeah.
Not a lot of haters when he was in Washington, I guess.
There were plenty of haters when he was in Washington.
Specifically fans of the Wizards.
They
Why
hated.
are we getting the old Jordan?
They hated other players, man.
Yeah.
They haven't been the same since.
What was that? Who did he draft?
Kwame Brown.
Yeah.
Don't talk about Kwame, though.
Okay.
All right, speaking of basketball, Mahomes' long body, Victor Wembanyama is blank.
An alien. Man, that dude is special. Man, 7'5", can handle the ball, shoot it. I was watching the NBA All-Star game, which was actually it was much better than last year. Guys actually played hard. They had like the young American stars and the older American stars and the world stars. Now, Luka and Jokic decided not to play only 5 minutes, which was ridiculous, but Wembanyama had an opportunity to tie the game versus the older NBA stars to kind of push it into overtime. Just missed it, but I thought he was going to make it. Man, he is dude is different.
He's special.
Man, he is different. You watch him play, it's like a cheat code. Like it's like Yao Ming was a cheat code, but he was in the paint all day long. You knew exactly where it was going to be. You couldn't really stop him, right? He was right there by the basket. He's able to dunk. But Victor can go inside, outside, and, man, dude is special, man.
He's also proving what?
Their coach got they had some other issues, which is why they were losing games. You talking about the Spurs? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were losing games, man. They weren't trying to.
All I'm saying,
when it happened, when they got Tim Duncan, their best player was injured that year before, and so
David Robinson got hurt.
He got hurt, and then this time, the coach got sick and all of that. Might have been after he was there already. Don't worry about the facts.
It was a while.
Don't worry about the facts.
What I'm listen, I wasn't gonna say what you thought I was gonna say.
I felt it.
All I was gonna say is that he's proving Mark Cuban's point right.
that tanking is acceptable.
If you tank,
if you can get Victor Wembanyama or Luka Doncic.
Look, if it's an organic tank like Marsh prefers,
here's the problem.
You can be first place now in the Southwest.
Do you get a generational talent when you tank? Because if you don't, then what are you tanking for?
All I'm saying is they tanked-ish.
They weren't trying to.
Organic. And now they're in first place.
So if Gavin McKenna is, I don't know, the next, I don't know,
Connor McDavid,
then it's okay. I was gonna say Sidney Crosby. I like Sid the Kid.
Look, the Blues aren't tanking.
No,
their performance
they're losing.
They're losing, right? They're
not
losing.
Up to snuff.
Yeah, not up to the level.
They're not tanking. They're losing.
Yeah,
huge difference.
Well, at least when the Spurs were tanking and the Mavericks, and then when they were tanking, at least that the fans were able to have a good in-game experience.
Those that showed up.
Yes.
Sure. Yep. All right, Marsh, is that it? Fill in the blank?
Yeah, unless you want to do one more.
Yeah, let's do one more.
Okay. Just one more. 217. Blank represents the Cardinals in the All-Star game.
Mason win. It's fascinating on 101 ESPN. Marsh, do you want to perform? Do you want to add to that?
No, I think he's the answer.
Okay. All right, Boomer Bust. We're going to play Boomer Bust next, NFL Head Coach Edition here on 101 ESPN.
my biggest storyline for the Cardinals this year is how good or how bad is the pipeline and Chaim Bloom's new approach to developing players. Obviously, they're fully in a rebuild, and it's not going to mean anything if they can't actually get these guys to the big leagues and be impactful players. And in the same vein, can they improve Walker? Can they improve Gorman? Can they do anything with these pitchers where they're not all going to be 3, 4s, and 5s? Can we actually see these minor leaguers start accelerating through the minors because of how well they're doing and not see them get stuck down there for a decade because they can't ever prove anything and get to the majors? Because otherwise, this rebuild might take a hell of a lot longer than we thought it was going to, if it works at all.
That was Nick, who left us a mic drop via the 101 app. And he's absolutely right. I agree with everything he said there. It doesn't matter if, and this goes back to something that I asked the group last week. I asked you guys, was it a player issue, like acquiring players or acquiring the right players, or was it a player development problem under John Mozeliak? And really toward the end, we're not talking about the entirety of John Mozeliak's career here in St. Louis. For me, I don't necessarily think that he acquired the right players, and then I don't think they developed the right players.
So
I think it's both.
I think he acquired exactly who he wanted and what he expected. Like when you acquired, it's just for me, when you acquire certain people, you kind of have an expectation of what they are and who they are. And I think that's what he wanted from those guys. I think for me, the development part of it was more of the issue. And the development comes from obviously not having the same or the right things that you need in spring training to be able to have that development part, to not spend the money across the board for your minor leagues in terms of development and coaching staff and the analytic part of it, which, I'm not a huge analytics guy, but analytics do have a part in sports. So I think that for me, the development part was more lacking than anything else. Guys maybe not being ready, and then you'll say, well, Mason Wynn was ready. Okay, well, there are always exceptions to the rule.
Yeah, Donovan.
But I think Donovan was. But I think when you bring guys up that, it took Jordan Walker almost a full season and a half to learn how to play right field, and last year was his best year, and we're still talking about a guy can't hit. Well, hell, okay, he just learned to play the position that he didn't play, his entire time growing up. So for me, it's more of the development part than the free agents that were signed. I think the free agents that they signed did exactly what they wanted them to do.
Regardless of all that, like regardless of what happened in the past, Nick and Carey, you missed some of the mic drop, but Nick was right. I mean, if you want to have a successful rebuild, you better be able to develop these players, and that was a big sticking point for a lot of us when Katie Wu put together the article. I know Derek Gould of the Post-Dispatch also talked about it too, where they lacked the technology. They lacked some of the facilities. Jupiter had completely fallen behind, and they didn't have the pitching labs or whatever you want to call it. And
right.
It's just amazing. Matthew Liberatore is walking around down there. You guys brought this up. He's walking around in Jupiter, and he's just amazed at what they have now. It almost seems like it was pretty basic too. Yeah. So they had fallen behind in so many different areas, and I wasn't part of the budget meetings. I have no idea.
Anthony, you
should have.
You weren't there? No. You missed it?
I was. I didn't miss anything. I didn't get the invite.
Well, I think they know that you probably would have tried to take over the meeting.
You do. You have been known to do that.
Yeah, they knew. They absolutely knew. I'd been like, hey, let's sign more pitching, guys. I don't think we have enough. Get this idiot out of here. Got plenty of pitching. But I do think that, again, going back to Nick's mic drop, you could do all this work and getting all these players, trading all these guys, getting your farm system healthy again, and then flat out not developing them properly, and you're just gonna wind up in the same spot. You wind up in fourth place in the NL Central.
Well, one thing he touched on at the end there, if this even works out, I think that's where some fans are a little apprehensive to really buy into what the Cardinals are doing, because there is a chance that it never comes to fruition.
Sure.
Which is scary. And you end up becoming one of those teams that doesn't really seem to figure it out. And now you're in a a prolonged rebuild.
Right. Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that.
I think what you're saying, Martian, you're right. Fans will put up with a rebuild if they know there's something in it for them in the end,
For sure.
i.e. a winning product. But there's no guarantee of that, to your point. You could also sign a bunch of free agents and get yourself in a crunch where you hand out all these long-term deals, and those players wind up not panning out either. There's a flip of a coin to this. I think some Cardinals fans got so used to the team not doing anything in the offseason that they just fell in love with the idea that signing more players was the answer. That's not necessarily the case.
Well, you see other teams that do it and have success, so that's why fans tend to lean that way.
And what teams wind up signing, win the offseason? How many teams win the offseason? Say for the Dodgers. They say they win the offseason and it doesn't work out. They hire a bunch of mercenaries and it winds up not fielding the correct team. They just bought a bunch of talent.
To me, that's never the answer. I mean, we joke around a lot. It has worked out for the Dodgers really well, which also makes me believe that it's more than just signing a bunch of players. The Mets did it a few years ago, and Cohen had to come out at the deadline and say,
fast laned up.
I messed up. My bad. I messed up. It's okay. Hey, you got to go. You find something else to do. So I do think, and so we do joke about it, but I do think the Dodgers are the exception because not only are they signing the best players, but they also have found a way to get all of those guys on the same page and one accord, and it has worked out for them in the last couple of years. So I never believe that just going out and signing a bunch of guys from different organizations in different places and bringing them to your organization is the answer.
Agreed.
I think drafting them, developing them, and having them come up through your organization and understanding what it takes to be a Cardinal, what it takes to be a Mariner, a Blue Jay, a Ranger, whatever your organization is, whatever that organizational philosophy is that you have that is filtered throughout the minor leagues, because that's exactly what it should be.
Yep.
It should start at the top. And how we handle our business here is how I expect you to handle your business in single A, in double A, in triple A. This is this is our philosophy. This is our game plan. This is our mantra. This is our mission. Whatever those words are, this is what we do, and this is how you should be bringing it up until they get to this organization at the big leagues.
And it's not just a veterans that do that, because I know we hear sometimes we're like, well, what veteran is going to lead the group then? Because everybody was so used to the Cardinals' greats passing the baton. Well, where did they learn? They learned in the minor leagues.
Yeah.
This is how we do things. And then once they learned that, they were able to lead by example or say to a young guy, hey, that's not what we do around here. But they had to learn it from somewhere. And who did they learn it from? The organization, coaches that set the example, set the standard, right from the get-go, and then those veterans can take over at some point. But they have to learn it too. And it's not just veteran players that have to do it. It's got to be this is how the Cardinals do it, not this is how I do it. And I think the Cardinals will eventually get to that point again.
So you do think that this rebuild will work for the Cardinals?
Oh, I don't know. I hope so. I don't.
That's not.
I don't know.
Not feeling confident
nobody
over here.
knows.
Nobody knows.
Like you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know with injuries, with talent, with how well a player performs when they get it. That's why I say potential is such a dirty word in sports, in my opinion, because potential is just. I have not seen you. I haven't watched you do it yet.
Right.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know what you are. I think you have the capability of being a really good player, but I don't know because I haven't seen it. So potentially you could be really good, but potentially you could be really bad.
Yeah.
So the direction, the only thing that gives me hope for as a lifelong Cardinal fan, I know people think, oh, he's a Dodgers fan, he did this.
That's because you talk so much about the Dodgers.
Because they play, I mean, they're like really good.
Okay.
But the thing that gives me hope as a lifelong Cardinal fan is it's a different direction than where they have been going over the past decade.
Bingo.
That's the thing that gives me hope, because if you continue to do the same thing, you continue to get the same results. That is insanity. And
exactly.
that's what they have done for the past 10 years. So now they're saying, okay, you know what? That philosophy didn't work. Instead of having, pitch to contact guys, because we can't have the shift anymore, let's get some guys that got some stuff
Yeah,
that can
nice.
blow some guys away with some heater.
Mm-hmm.
Give them the heater, Ricky. Yeah.
Give them the heater, Ricky.
The hot, stinky.
Jeez, give them to them. And so now we are seeing a different philosophy. So for me, that's what gives me hope for where the Cardinals are headed for 26, 27, 28, and beyond.
Yeah, beat me to it, Carey. You're absolutely right. That is the thing. I don't know if the rebuild is going to work. What I do know is what they were doing clearly was not. That was not working. That they had to end that. If they're just going to continue to kick the can down the road, we're just going to get more and more frustrated. So, do I know it's going to work? No. But I know what you were doing wasn't going to work. So, might as well try something that's tried and true. Draft, develop, acquire.
Yeah.
Hope you build a core and go from there and lose to the Dodgers eventually. All right. It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Biggest question of the day is next.
You almost... Anthony, I know you love me. And you know how I know you love me? Because I was in that office one day. I was tired. I was moving around a little sluggish. I'm like, man, I'm trying to get this weight off me. I don't know what to do. You say, hey, man, go back to mentality. It worked for you before. Why'd you stop? I was like, I hadn't thought about it. I hadn't thought about getting the dad bod off of me for 2026. And you say, yeah, man, stop in there. They'll take care of you. Angel. You know the good ladies and men over there that help you out. And I was like, you know what? He's right. Let me get down to mentality. I go to Chesterfield. I know you go to South County. And I went in there, got my blood drawn. They told me, hey, you're deficient. You're a little low here. You need to get this. And got on my program, and now I'm feeling so much better. I'm ready to roll.
Yeah, I don't know what is stopping anybody that is from, whether you're in your early to mid-40s like Carey and I are, or, maybe your 50s or even your 30s. Your low testosterone will affect things like energy, mood, whether or not you even want to get into the gym. When you do get into the gym, are you lifting enough? Are you there long enough? Or are you just kind of going through the motions?
Do you have the energy to get it done?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what mentality does. Ups your free testosterone, concentrates on it, checks you every 5 to 10 weeks, depending on your program. Make sure everything is going well and nothing else is going on. It will help you feel like you were young again, because once you know it's possible, Carey, you feel great. And I know you got to go offer, too. It's going to save you money.
Yeah, right now is the best time. All new patient labs will be covered in your treatment plan. That's a savings of $250 right out of the gate. Go to Mentality. Reclaim the old you, the younger you with Mentality. Schedule your appointment now at Low T USA. That's lowtusa.com. You can go in there today and get it done. That's Mentality.
time for the Fast Lane's biggest question of the day. Presented by Banner Construction, the experts in James Hardy Siding.
508, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Carey Davis and Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. All right, Marshy, biggest question of the day.
All right, so we had a segment earlier. The question was, which Cardinal has the most to prove? And we actually got a text earlier in the day, and I decided to save it for this very moment.
Save it.
Sheepy Reporter texted in and said, biggest thing to prove, the front office. Can you show fans the light at the end of the tunnel? Is there anything to look forward to after this season? You think ticket sales are bad now? Go into a strike with a fan base that has zero interest in the team.
Yeah, that's fair.
With that being said, my question is, how detrimental would a lockout be for the Cardinals specifically? So I think there's a couple different angles we can take this, but keep that text in mind.
I think it would be crushing. You already have a fan base that has been checked out. And they're not checked out because you told everybody you're going through a rebuild. They've been checked out because you've been doing what you've been doing over the last couple of years, which is just putting Flexol on the issues around the house. And it started to stink and stink and stink. And you know what? You walked out. Or the restaurant analogy that I was using before. You kept charging the same prices for a mediocre product and saying, hey, we're still the same restaurant that you grew up with.
With a different supplier, and the meat ain't the same.
Different supplier. Yeah. You chose to go frozen over fresh. Customer service started to lack. And you started to run these gimmicky promotions to try to get people back in the restaurant, but people know your food stunk and your customer service wasn't great. Yeah, so that is why the fans stopped going. So if you have a lockout and the team hadn't been good, why would you go back? Until there's reason to go back.
I think in anything, you're going to have to give people the reason to show up. Like, I believe the expectation that you're going to get $3 million through the gate come hell or high water, those days are gone. And I think some of it is, I think it's bigger than just how bad the Cardinals have been or the fact that they haven't won. I think COVID played a huge part in this as well. Like, that's something to remember. At one point, it was almost like you have to go. And then when you can't go, it's like, oh, I can do without this. Okay. I don't have to go to the mall.
Right.
I can go online and order what I need. I don't even have to go to the grocery store. I can order it online. I don't have to leave my house if I don't want to. Everything I need is in my home. That's why you see it's not just baseball. It's not just the Cardinals. How many, I literally did not know. I ain't been there in a while. I rode past Chesterfield. I was like, man, why I can't? I was Googling Chesterfield Mall. I drove by it 2 days ago. The damn thing is missing, Anthony.
Yeah.
It's nothing there. You know what threw me off, though? Because I was driving by on 40, and I saw the parking lot. It was the Dillard's parking lot. It was so many damn cars out there. I'm like, oh, man, the mall is
Teslas
packed
out there.
They couldn't see it from the highway, Anthony. I drove up in there. I was like, oh, these are Teslas. This is the Tesla overflow.
Yeah.
Thought these were people at the mall.
No, sir.
The only part of the mall that's still there is the Dillard's.
Yeah.
Drove by the rest. I was like, where the hell is the mall at? You know why that is? Because people don't go to the mall anymore because they can go online. And so the Cardinals sports have also fallen victim to online entertainment. When COVID hit, there were other ways to find entertainment. I didn't have to get a beer with my friends at the ballpark. Hell, we can drink beer in my garage and watch the game on TV. It's cheaper, too. My beer don't cost as much as the beer down there. So they're going to have to find the overall fan experience has to be winning, but it has to be something more that gets people engaged to show up and be a part of it. Winning, in my opinion, is the cure-all for all ailments. You got a sore ankle, you won? Yeah, it don't hurt as bad. I promise you.
Yeah.
It hurts like hell when you lost.
Right.
You won? Whew, I actually can walk on this thing. I feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
So winning is the cure-all, in my opinion. And if the Cardinals are worried about the lockout and they're worried about attendance, Just win, baby.
Just win.
I might trademark that, actually. I think that's a good quote.
Yeah, just win, baby.
Now, from a developmental standpoint.
Or just do it, one of the two.
Either or. There's two good ones.
Mm-hmm. You guys just make those up?
Yeah, right here. Don't steal them, because we're gonna trademark them.
Yeah, we'll cut you in, Mark.
Okay, cool. From a developmental standpoint, how detrimental would a lockout be for the Cardinals?
It would be devastating. It would be absolutely devastating. 100%. I don't know if they're. I mean, look at the way they've kind of scaled everything back. I know they wanted to get the big money off the book so that they can open up spots at certain positions, but make no mistake, they're also trying to get as much money off the books because they know that the fan engagement is going to be lower. So you throw in a lockout? We're not getting any gate revenue? Good luck with this ownership spending. I'm not saying it's right, by the way. I'm not saying you don't deserve more as a fan, but reality is, I don't think they're suddenly going to be like, hey, let's start spending a lot after a year of not playing or a half year of not playing.
They're in that meeting.
Yeah, no.
Somebody said that in the meeting. They're like,
yeah, no chance.
Not a good idea.
Kid.
We got a text from 314. Been a Birds fan all my life. I'm 44 and used to average 25 to 30 a year, assuming games.
Yeah.
That's a lot of games. Big fan. Haven't been in 5 years. Passed up free seats over and over. This is a direct result of the front office with the majority going to the DeWitts. Now, that's a Cardinals fan right there.
Can you blame him?
No.
Not one bit. So, yeah, I don't know what to tell you with this potential lockout. Maybe it needs to happen, though.
But I think this person is an example. Like, you go to 25, 30 games, yes, that's a quarter of the home game. Like, you're committed to those games. Like, you know, that is a hell of a commitment.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that, you know, if you're committing that much time to something that is not bringing you joy or enjoyment, you cut that thing out. Like, whatever that is, I'm like, this is not fun.
Yeah.
They're not winning, or they're not spending the money, or they're not developing players well enough. This guy was supposed to be, you know, the next, and he's not. So it makes life hard for you as a fan to continue to enjoy it. And again, like I said, when you figure out that you have other options available to you, which, newsflash, yeah, there are. You can do other things. You can spend your money other places. You can find other venues of enjoyment, things that bring you happiness. So, yeah, who's going to spend on a product that is not bringing you excitement?
Tim's travel agent on the Air Comfort Service text line. 5-year season ticket holder here, and if they lock out, I won't be renewing. 314 ditto. I used to be a season ticket holder. I've not been to a game at all in 3 years.
I used to say, this was going back several years ago. I used to say especially when people say, well, you got to hold them accountable being on the media. They don't care what we have to say. They care what you do. Are you spending your money? Are you spending your money on season tickets? Are you spending your money to go down to the ballpark? You carry more power than we do. Significantly more. We carry nothing. You think the DeWitts care what we have to say? No. They care what you have to say with your hard-earned money.
There's a lot of fans texting in saying that they were season ticket holders. They go to a bunch of games, and they have not gone in quite some time.
Product hasn't been good enough.
I wonder, though.
In what walk of life is an inadequate product worth paying top dollar for or market price for? In every other walk of life, if I say, hey, Marsh, got a TV for you, right?
What kind?
Don't worry about it.
It's black and white.
Like the screen is black and white?
It's a good TV. You're going to love it.
It's a box TV.
It's great.
It's not a color TV.
It's a great TV.
Marsh. Have you ever seen a black and white TV?
Like, have I watched
have you watched one?
I've watched stuff in black and white.
Okay.
So you never.
Bottom line is you want.
I can't remember.
You want this TV? Pay market price for it.
Well, Anthony,
Marcia,
you used to give me TVs all the time. Really good TVs.
Marcia, you don't want that TV.
You know?
It doesn't. It does.
It's not those type of TVs anymore.
Marcia, you also don't have a remote control. In my house, I was told I'm the remote control, which means you got to get your ass off of the couch and go change the channel. You only got 5 to 7 channels.
Do you want
2, 4, 5, 30. Yeah. You got to you're the remote control, Marcia.
You
got to get your ass off of that couch and go change that channel.
You're telling me I'm the one I got to fix the antenna on the TV?
You do.
Marche.
On the roof.
Full price.
Okay.
And it's yours.
Anthony, I think I'm going to go ahead and decline your offer.
Well, that's what Cardinals fans are doing right now. All right.
You're lost, Marshy.
Yeah, I don't think so. All righty. Well, we teased this earlier, and then we stuck with some Cardinals mic drops because that was our theme today. But Boomer Bust NFL Head Coach Edition next on 101 ESPN. We played Boom or Bust last Friday. I think we did it with NFL prospects, potential prospects. Now we're going to do it with NFL head coaches, the new head coaches. So Boom or Bust, Clint Kubiak, Las Vegas Raiders.
I think Clint, as a man, boom. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Follow me.
Yeah. You have to yell at me.
Vegas Raiders. Good luck. Gonna take that offensive line. I think Geno Smith got sacked the most of any quarterback last year, if I'm not mistaken.
If not, he was up there. Should we define boom or bust?
We should
because like boom for Raiders, not Super Bowl. Boom for the Raiders is like doubling their wins.
I think boom has to be playoffs.
Oh, then bust.
Yeah,
in his first year.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what are we gonna give credit for winning 6 games? How many did they win last year? 3.
Yeah.
There you get credit for winning 6. You want credit for that?
The Raiders, yeah.
Why?
Because what you just said.
You want credit for going 6-11.
If he's improving them that much,
they don't have a quarterback yet.
They got Fernando Francisco's brother, Mendoza.
Yeah, but he's not there yet. You know, at least when Ben Johnson came in to take over the Bears, they already had a quarterback.
Yeah, I
had experience.
I think if Clint Kubiak turns the Raiders into a 6-win team, that's a damn good start. But if we're just going to say boom or bust, boom being the playoffs, then he's going to be a bust.
I can't give you boom. Well,
that's what I'm saying. We got to define it.
Me to give you credit for you. Boom! You won 6 games and you're drafting in the top 5.
I mean,
get the hell out of here! That's not a boom for me.
They're the worst team. What do you want Clint to do?
That ain't a boom, though.
All right. Well, they're not making the playoffs, so bust.
Fine.
Jeez.
I said, as a man, he's probably a hell of a coach. He's in a very difficult situation.
It's a tough grade. Kevin Stefanski, I say bust.
I figured that one was coming.
Are you serious, man?
Yeah.
Shame on you.
What is he going to do?
He's going to win the NFC South.
His
is what
best
he's
pass
going to do.
rusher is facing 5 felonies.
Well,
his quarterback doesn't have any knees.
He has knees. They just keep tearing.
Okay, well, he doesn't have whole knees.
Isn't his quarterback still on the roster? His other quarterback?
He's going to be a Viking.
Stop saying that, man.
Bust.
We're not going to convince him otherwise, Carey.
All right.
Let's just move on.
I'll give you that.
Thank you.
I don't think,
what's the fans going to do?
They can win 8 games again, and it's not.
Yeah, exactly. He got hired. He said, you know what? You guys hired me for my offense. Bring in Tommy Reese. Let him call the plays. Do your thing, Tommy. Go get him. Weren't you the same asshat that didn't get on the same page as Shadur last year? Literally, didn't have the same call sheet.
That is bad. That was an issue.
Sweet.
I have no
bust.
Yeah, that's bad. All right,
Mike McCarthy.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I'm excited about this Steelers offense. Man, let me just get on my soapbox for a second here. let me have this moment, okay?
Speak the truth, then.
If you are a Steelers fan, as I am, and I love my Pittsburgh Steelers, man. I mean, through and through. If you were able to survive Matt Canada, and you were able to survive Artie the Party Smith, and someone told you you're going to get Mike McCarthy, you'd be dancing in the damn streets, man. Now, we're not talking, Mike Tomlin is the head coach. We get that. But we're just talking about offense right now. From an offensive mind perspective. They were chanting Fire Canada at a Penguins game. You know how bad you got to be to have the entire city of Pittsburgh pissed off at you? They're chanting at a Penguins game while Sid the Kid is doing his damn thing. They want your ass fired.
Most people are at the Penguins games, not the Pirates games, you know?
Oh, true.
If you want to get your message across.
Yeah, you got a point there. Nobody's at the Pirates game. I told you.
If you said Fire Canada, it'd be 5 people.
You're right. Yeah. Fair enough. So you dealt with that. You've been through these 2 offensive coaches. And you get you get Mike McCarthy as your offensive-minded coach, man, sign me up. Boom.
All right.
Boom. I know what the defense is. I ain't seen nothing from the offense in about 6 years.
What are you going to do, a QB?
Nah, it don't matter.
Okay. I'm going to say
Aaron
bust.
Rodgers is coming back.
I'm going to say bust until that quarterback situation is solved. Mike LaFleur, bust. Doesn't have the team.
That's a tough one, man.
Doesn't have the team.
That was my team to win the division last year.
Hey, this is your chance. This is your chance to do it right now.
Because I don't know who the quarterback is going to be.
Thank you.
I have no clue. I thought a healthy Kyler Murray. Now, I didn't know that Jacoby Brissett would actually be the best quarterback on that roster.
Yeah.
But I thought a healthy Kyler Murray would be beneficial for that team. I'm bust.
He doesn't have
for the
team.
Cardinals.
He just doesn't.
Mm-hmm. Are there any booms on this list?
Yeah, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Boom.
No, there's no booms on this list. Well, Joe Brady, I guess.
That's
Joe
another
Brady.
one on there.
Jesse Minter
with the Ravens. Yeah, those two are booms. Robert Saleh is going to be a bust.
You think so?
Again, they're not going to make the playoffs. Jeff Halfley's not making the playoffs with Miami. I don't think John Harbaugh's making the playoffs with the Giants.
Depends on,
he hired Matt Nagy as his OC. Could you think of, for a second here, could you think for a Giants fan, being on that roller coaster, your team gets the prize head coach of the offseason. You're going all the way up to the top. You're like, hey, this is fantastic. This is great. We are going all the way to the top. And that dude hires Matt Nagy. Is there a bigger drop in terms of emotions?
Oof.
I mean,
got to get the OC right because you're John Harbaugh. You don't call the plays. You're the CEO. All that stuff. Tell me you don't care about my franchise and you just took my money without telling me you just took my money.
I mean, he could have done worse.
He could have done, he could have done worse.
He could have done worse, Anthony.
Not much worse, but yes, he could have done worse.
Could have done worse.
Ohio State took care of that for him. I don't know what. I mean, I didn't realize Ryan Day was done winning. That was weird.
You might see the resurgence of Artie the Party, man. I don't know how, but
dude.
Good luck. We play Ohio State good. I'm glad.
Mm-hmm. The new tight end university.
Has Jeremiah Smith gone to the transfer portal yet?
No, he's at Ohio State, man. He'll be back.
Is he playing tight end?
Nope.
Oh,
playing receiver.
Okay, well, you're going to
They always have at least one receiver on the field.
True. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Usually. They do go 14 personnel, which is one running back and 4 tight ends sometimes.
Their running game will be okay.
Their running game will be really good.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, Cardinal Tate is going to the NFL, so you don't need 2 receivers anymore.
That's true.
You go 13 personnel, one back, 3 tight ends, 1 receiver. You're good.
They're going to win a lot of games. Then they're going to go to the playoffs, and that's going to be it. That's going to be the end of Ohio State. All right. When we come back, we got Bet the Board next on 101 ESPN. Hey, this month, Auto Centers Nissan is clearing inventory fast. And for those that wait, you're going to miss it. So Auto Centers Nissan, head out there. It's right off I-55 in just minutes from South County in Herculaneum. They've got over 1,000 new and used vehicles all in one massive location. They got select new Nissan models that have offers of 0 payments for 6 months, 0 money down, and 0% APR for 60 months. That's 3 zeros, thousands in immediate savings. Auto Centers Nissan also offering deep price cuts across the entire Nissan lineup, making February one of the strongest buying windows of the year. And every new Nissan comes with a 30-day return promise, giving you confidence after the sale. If you don't love the vehicle, you're not completely satisfied with the car, then bring it back within 30 days. They'll give you a full refund, set you up with something else. Maybe you're shopping used, though. Select pre-owned vehicles, qualify for 0 down and no payments for 3 months. And every finance, new or used vehicle includes complimentary walkaway finance protection, helping defend you from negative loan equity if life changes unexpectedly. So when you head out to Herculaneum, tell them Stalter sent you. Visit them online at autocentersnissan.com. It's Auto Centers Nissan, Herculaneum.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. We did not touch on the Olympics today. We will have quarterfinal action for you tomorrow. Not here on 101 ESPN, but we'll definitely watch the United States take on Sweden. The United States, the 2 seed. They'll take on Sweden, who is the 7 seed. 2:10 start time for that one. Finland will go up against Switzerland. Canada will take on the Czechs. That'll be a 9:40 start time. And then Slovakia will go up against Germany. That is the first game of the day. So quarterfinal action for you in the men's ice hockey Olympic tournament. If you missed anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobstar and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page and you will find all of our shows there, and it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. It is time to bet the board. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
All right, time to play Bet the Board here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and I'm Anthony Stalter. Marsh, how'd we do last night?
Anthony, you were the only one that picked up a point last night.
All right. Duke and Cuse, baby. Scoring them points, Carey.
Man.
Filling that hoop. Know what
Somebody
I mean?
on the text line, as soon as I picked the over in the Italy-Switzerland game, like, CD, that's a terrible pick.
Oh, wow.
You should have went
Somebody knew.
under. I was like, well, we'll see tomorrow.
And
I should have said under right when I saw that text. So shout out to you, texter. I told you we'll check back tomorrow. I haven't heard from you. You were right.
Here's to you, texter. Here's to you. All right, so Marsh, what are the latest standings?
All right, so our standings look like this. Jamie, still in the lead with 6 points. Anthony, you and Carey are tied at 5, and I have 4.
All right. Jamie sent in his pick earlier. Okay.
What did he have?
I'll find it. Bet the board, Wisconsin on the money line. So let's make sure that Wisconsin's still good on the money line. Yes, they're minus 105 against Ohio State. So he's got Jamie, he's got Wisconsin on the money line.
Okay.
All righty.
Give me the Michigan Wolverines on the money line, minus 130.
Okay. They're live right now at Purdue.
A little live betting.
A little live play.
Yeah.
Down 7-5.
Normally bet college basketball, but ain't nothing else going on.
You didn't roll that dice?
Ain't got nothing else going on.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to stay with college basketball as well. Give me the under 151.5 in the SLU Rhode Island game.
Really?
Yeah. SLU's going to play some great defense against
those. What is SLU averaging? How many
Islanders.
points they're averaging? Aren't they averaging like 80, 90
Yeah, but they're
points?
on the road tonight. Rhode Island's a decent team.
You don't believe in SLU? That's what you're telling me?
Oh, come on.
You don't
I believe in
that
their
SLU's
defense.
gonna score?
I believe in their offense, but just not tonight.
You don't believe in them scoring?
Yeah, I do. They're going to score about 80. They're going to hold Rhode Island to about 40.
Shameful, man.
You're shameful.
I'm disappointed in you.
How could you do this to me?
That's shameful, man. They averaging 90 points a game, man.
I know.
And the over is what? Under is what? 151?
Yeah. And a half.
90 to 60 is
It's fine. I said 80 to 60.
Oh, you said 80 to 60.
Yeah, I said 80 to 40. They're going to hold Rhode Island to 40.
40? They're going to win by 40 points, Anthony.
Yes, sir.
They're favored by 9.5.
Well, probably should have took SLU then. Look, man. Don't worry about it. I got my play in, okay?
I won't bother you, man.
You can twist it all you want. That's my play.
My bad for mentioning it to you.
Thank you.
You know? What the hell do I know?
Marsh, what's your play?
Anthony, you think SLU is going to score 80 points, you say?
Sure.
I do too. Give me SLU over 79.5 points for their team total. And that is an alternate line for you.
Oh, check that out.
At minus 135. The normal team total points is over or under 80.5.
So
Really?
Anthony,
If you think they're scoring 80,
Anthony might be onto something here.
he might be onto something.
Thank you.
I hope they average what they normally average. And I hope Rhode Island averages what they normally average.
Well, we are in a competition. I don't blame you for going against me, CD. What does the texter say?
I haven't seen it. Oh, here we go. Tried to help you yesterday. He said, so, Anthony, that was a horrible bet.
That wasn't mine. I won mine.
I don't know.
Why'd they yelling at me when it was your bet?
Probably talking about my bet being horrible.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
We all make mistakes. I mean,
I think we can all agree we hope Wisconsin loses tonight.
Oh, yeah, that for sure. If we're going to come together on anything, it's going to be
I'm
that.
kind of pissed off that he's actually getting his bets in. He's sending them so damn early.
I wonder if if he set his alarm or something. So when we were walking out on Friday, he said, "How many plays do you think I'm going to get in on time?" And we set the over/under on 2.5 for the week. I said under. I said he's going to start off fast, and then he was going to start to forget. He's 2 for 2 though.
He is.
He's only got one more opportunity here. For me to cash in.
Yeah. Well, listen,
Sheepy reporter, I'll tell him after this.
These text messages have been coming in early, as we stated.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a text message that does not come in by the time this show starts, might need to have an early bet the board.
I mean, it happens.
It has happened before. Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. It has happened before.
What's up?
Marshy, what we got next?
Well, the show's over.
Oh, man. Jamie's favorite segment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to save something?
Save something for what? For you? You want me to tell you what he said?
Yeah.
He said, tried to help Carey yesterday.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to help Anthony today. Change that horrible bet, Anthony.
Oh, with the under in the SLU game?
Yeah.
No, I'm okay.
He likes it.
Yeah, I like it.
314 says SLU team total over is a lock, guys.
There you go.
I like
there you go.
I like my play even more now. If everybody's singing it's a lock, that SLU.
Well, I had the team total.
SLU can score,
100 points.
Sure.
As long as
Rhode Island gets stuffed. I don't care.
59? What'd you say, 160 and a half?
155 and a half, I think. No, I forgot. Either way, it's going to be a defensive battle.
Defensive struggle, as they say.
151 and a half.
151 and a half.
Where'd you find that at, Anthony? Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
I got it. All right.
You think I'm lying to you?
You're going to say, you think I'm... Name somebody.
Think I'm Jamie?
I don't think you would lie to me, man.
No, not one bit.
And you went over or under?
I went under, 151 and a half. Under 151 and a half.
Okay.
That's why everybody hates it.
Yeah. I don't hate it. I love it.
You don't. All right, let's wrap up the show next on 101 ESPN. Fastlane on 101 ESPN. If you missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or via the Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. All the podcasts brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. Let's find out what everybody learned today. March, what'd you learn?
Ooh, what did I learn, Anthony? I learned the history of the Atlanta Falcons. You know, there's some things that I knew, right? But you started listing off like every possible terrible thing that has ever happened to that franchise, and I learned a little more than I previously did, thanks to you. I appreciate that.
Did you know after the Falcons went to the Super Bowl in 1998, one of their top players, of course, was Jamal Anderson. Jamal decided to hold out following that offseason.
Okay.
Big contract dispute, held out of training camp.
We've seen that happen before in teams. They typically sign that player.
Well, they signed him right before the season. Tore his ACL in week 2 of the season.
He sure did.
Finishing last place that year. Yeah. 1 year after going to the Super Bowl.
Well, that's why he needed that contract. You know, anything can happen in football.
Anything can happen. Yep.
Anything can happen.
Yeah. Carey, what'd you learn?
I learned that Anthony is really good at dodging questions because I asked if the Atlanta Falcons, had no salary cap like the Los Angeles Dodgers and they won multiple championships, would he be excited? He never answered me.
In his defense, we didn't really allow him to.
No. I gave him time to. He can answer it now if he like.
Did I mention that Dan Reeves at one point traded a first-round pick, a future first-round pick, Marsh, for Reggie Kelly, a blocking tight end out of Mississippi State.
Tight end. Yeah, I was going to say tight end.
Blocking tight end out of Mississippi State. That pick, Marsh, turned into Jamal Lewis for the Ravens. Top 5 selection.
Hey, Anthony, so
I'm just learning more and more.
If the Falcons had no salary cap and could, get as many players as they'd like, money's not an issue, and they won multiple championships, would you be excited?
Thing I learned today, guys.
Your silence speaks volumes.
Cardinals fans, they finally started to speak with their wallet. Good for you guys.
Yeah.
A lot of people said, you know what? I ain't going back till the product improves. Good for you. Good for you. Marsh, 3 stars?
Of course.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 stars of the day, presented by Circus Sports. No bet fees ever with the world's largest sports book, now at your fingertips in Illinois and Missouri.
Our 3rd star of the day goes out to Little Carey, Eric, Davis, watching Bulls games on WGN.
That's right.
Every dang on night, man. Every night, man.
Nice.
Good times. Tell you something. Great times.
Our 2nd star of the day goes out to the F.N. Butterfly.
Oh.
Develop.
Not a caterpillar?
Can't just be the caterpillar.
Yeah.
Got to develop in that butterfly at some point.
And if you're wondering what butterfly are you speaking of, well, we got a mic drop earlier today from Ed talking about the butterfly. And speaking of mic drops, our 1st star of the day goes out to all of our listeners who left us a mic drop answering our question today about the Cardinals.
Nice job.
Well done.
Well done. Maybe, that was fun. Maybe we'll do a different mic drop theme tomorrow. Never knew. All right. Don't forget, you got the morning after live from Jupiter tomorrow, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. They'll have more interesting interviews, and I think they got Ollie on tomorrow, if I remember correctly. So Ollie will join the guys down in Jupiter. I'm sure it's been a fun week for them. They'll continue to be down there throughout the course of the week, and
we'll be here.
And we'll be here. Make sure you got, give yourself an opportunity to download the podcast and listen to all the great interviews that they have going on. Tomorrow night, we got some college basketball. UConn and Creighton. Pre-game at 5:45, so we'll be off a little earlier tomorrow. Tip off at 6. This is the most fun time of year when it comes to college basketball. As soon as the Super Bowl ends, I love the end of the regular season.
Conference tournaments.
I love the end of the regular season, diving into the conference tournaments, and of course the NCAA tournament. It's my favorite time of year for college basketball.
It's a good time, man.
I'll be honest, like when they tip off in November and they've got all those different tournaments and conference play doesn't start
on Navy ships.
Yeah, when conference play doesn't start for like 2 months. Yeah. I know I'm exaggerating. I'm just But now, fire up that basketball, baby. All right, that'll do it for us. For Andrew Marsh, for Jamie Rivers, for Carey Davis, I'm Anthony Stalter. See you.